Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 9 playoff action. It is the Losers Bracket quarterfinals, and who else could I be joined by but the one, the only, manager of Simply 2-Based, community manager for Dota Buff, experts, top 300 player analyst, Logical Dota. How are you tonight?
Thank you, Badger. I'm doing good. It feels like it's been a little bit since we casted. I don't know if that's actually true, but it feels like it's been.
I believe it's been a week. About a week. I think I had a cast on Thursday with Rook that you were not available for, and then we casted the Monday before that, so it'd be a week exactly.
Yeah. Sounds about
So
right.
if you consider that a while, then yes, we have not casted in a while.
Oh, okay. These picks are flying out. These bans are out. I think Metaverse might pick Wisp here. That's the one hero that I see left in the pool. I think we talk about this every time Booba enthusiasts are on the stream, but the first phase of the draft generally revolves around giving them one of their three ideas with Tide Hunter, Death Prophet, or Wisp.
It tends to be, I mean, they like their heroes, and they've liked these heroes before they were good, now they're suddenly good, so it makes a lot of sense, and well, it
Okay.
is the Pugna opener. Could
They're
be
gonna take
support,
Wisp
could be for
now.
Dark, a lot of options here.
I like it. I think Pugna's really OP now. I've been convinced over time. I think this hero is incredibly strong, and it's also very good against a lot of the meta heroes currently.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, that is their name. That is their name.
I was pretty sure that wasn't intentional, but I find it funny. This is a rematch of a series we had in the regular season, though. Booba Enthusiast and Metaverse played. Booba
They fucking
Enthusiast, they
owned them.
won 2-0, and as Logical said, they owned them.
Those games were not close.
No, they were not. We were there. They were not close, and we're back to Wisp once again.
Wow, Wisp. I,
It's no comments. It's one of those heroes that's so
wow.
omnipresent right now at the pro level. That's anybody who watches Pro Dota knows what the IO does.
Metaverse is going to pick Doom, I think, on 8 pick. That's my prediction. If they're continuing with the flow chart.
That's a bold suggestion, but I hope you're right. I mean, the world would be better if you were correct with that guess.
That's like quite a bad Doom game, I think.
We have walked back the bold prediction in about 8 seconds.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think that will change. I think they might still pick Doom, even though I don't think the hero's particularly good either. Like I can't remember the last time I saw Doom in a DPC game, but they pick it a lot for Jakku. It's like bad against Wisp. I think it's bad against Night Stalker. They still might slam it though.
Wait,
Jakku likes his money.
so it's bad in the meta, and it's bad against both the enemy heroes, but they're going to slam it.
Yeah, yep.
If you're correct about this, that is unbelievable. That's an extraordinarily bold take, and easy because you know it's bad, but you know it's bad here too. So it'd be exceptionally bold, and it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Metaverse have a very unique way of approaching Dota. We've talked with Sasquatch. I'm sure you've talked with Dark. I've talked at length with Jakku in the past and the way he views Dota. They have a very interesting way of just the way they look at heroes, and considering it's also, inherently a friend stack, I'm sure it's not necessarily like, hey, we must adhere to these pro heroes. You must say, hey, we want to adhere to the heroes that we play and the heroes that we enjoy more than anything else. And, well, it's not the Doombringer, but it is a similar off-meta hero. It is the 8-pick Spirit Breaker.
That's a new hero. I mean, last patch we saw too much Spirit Breaker, I'd say. But this hero, I've also not really seen this hero in the DPC. I think I saw Entity pick it up because their 4 players really good at it, Katomi, and he likes that hero a lot. Aside from that, though, I actually only remember one game I've ever seen Spirit Breaker in DPC. So I'm interested. This is the kind of GQ hero, though, in a sense. They like to become some big strength heroes with stuns, and Spirit Breaker might not be as good of a stun as Sand King, but Spirit Breaker's got some unique stuff. If you charge Night Stalker in this game, you get his night vision because you get the vision of the hero that you charge, if I remember correctly.
I decided to look it up for fun. Apparently, lads teams have not been as up on the meta as the pro teams. There have been 34 picks of Spirit Breaker in lads this season, though
Some of that was on the pre-patch.
Actually, most of those are pre-patch. When was the exact day of the patch? Now that I think about it.
February 23rd, I think. Or uh yeah, February 23rd, I believe.
Okay, so in that case, even though there's been 34 picks of Spirit Breaker in Lads, only 3 of them have been on the new patch. So I guess Lads teams have been on the meta. They've only selected it 3 times. If you're curious, it is 1 and 2 in this patch.
Yeah. I don't think it's particularly strong, but I mean, it's not particularly terrible either. It's just not something that you really see as much because it just got like slight nerfs all around. Just become less favor. It just became less favorable than a lot of the meta offlaners, especially stuff like Sand King. People have been raving about Sand King recently that I've talking to. Uh, I've heard a couple people say that Sand King is the best hero in the game right now. But yeah, I mean that's how high some of these players are valuing SK.
We're seeing Sand King middle, Sand King off lane. It's like we saw Mars last patch, in which Mars was his top meta hero. Put him mid, put him off laning. Now, well, it's Sand King.
5 seconds remaining.
A lot of carry bans right now.
Yeah, nothing too shocking there. I mean, both carries have very particular heroes they like. KU likes his TB. He likes. He's sort of like late game timing window heroes. Medusa, Gyro, intelligent bands. Flip side, Kong likes CK. Kong likes Lone Druid. They play a mean TA on this Metaverse team as well, so ban it out. Why not?
The people that oh my god, I feel bad for calling it. I think it was Sev's team,
5 seconds
uh,
remaining.
Canoe and the Canoobs. Yeah, that's their name.
Seth's team, yeah.
Yep. They first phase banned TA against Dark's team because when they played against Dark's team in the Metaverse in the main season during the group stage, they picked TA and they won a game very quickly. Where Dark got a rampage. I think it was like minute 15, minute 16 on TA.
That would be good reason to not want to play it again, and apparently Booba enthusiasts have a similar fear of the Templar Assassin piloted by this Metaverse team. You see a Bane. I mean, Bane. We mentioned Spirit Breaker, a hero was really popular in the previous patch. We've seen less of this patch. Similar story with Bane, but we have still seen a decent contingent of pro Bane players, despite it being nerfed significantly.
Yeah. Booba enthusiast lineup's incredibly single target oriented right now. I can understand the idea behind like Bane IO subs. You got Bane to set up around the map, and then you can relocate your a core hero in with Wisp. It's very easy kills. But yeah, they are very single target oriented. Either like illusion heroes or just Lincoln's heroes could be pretty good this game. I think for Metaverse already. I mean, I don't think Kong will play it, but I think Naga's really good this game. Yeah, look at Lycan. That's another good one.
And that right there is one of the more quintessential Kong heroes this patch. Lycan, not very popular at the pro level right now, but Kong likes the hero.
10 seconds
It's
remaining.
yeah. I mean, the hero is not the best. The hero actually kind of got slightly nerfed. I want to say
Remaining.
they changed the damage type on the wolves to do uh to do more damage to creeps and the same damage to heroes, but then they nerfed wolves damage directly, like the actual number that the damage of the wolves do. And so now it does roughly the same damage to creeps, maybe like a tiny bit more, and it does decently significantly amount less to heroes.
Well,
Okay.
that is interesting. It seems like we're committing to a Pugna middle in that case. Am I correct about that one?
I think it's a new Pugna 5. You don't really want core Pugna against a Night Stalker. I think it would be hard to play because that guy would just run on top of you every fight. I think 5 is actually Pugna's best role in my opinion right now.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, so you're
So,
thinking more like a Pugna 5, Earth Spirit 4, Spirit Breaker 3, like in carry, and then a mid 23.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I see.
Where did you think the heroes are gonna go?
I thought for some reason it'd be like like an Earth Spirit 4, Pugna mid type thing, but the more I think about that, the more a bad idea it is.
It's I think it's hard. Metaverse did play Pugna mid in game 1 of their last series.
That's what I keep
But
thinking about. Is Dark was owning that game.
yeah, that's true. I think Pugna's a little bit of a bad core hero, I'll say. But it's not unpickable, certainly. And especially if enemy team picks bad core matchups into Pugna, just assuming that it's going to be position 5, then you can occasionally kind of sneak in some Pugna core games. Tiny. I don't really like this Tiny pick, but I think it still works. It's still very solid. Uh, KU knew that he was. Well, I say knew. He pretty much knew that he'd be laning against Spirit Breaker, Earth Spirit here. You can pick just about anything you want. That lane is incredibly weak. Besides for Tiny, he does have the Wisp, but I think he could have either like been a little bit greedy, or he could have picked a hero that was a little bit better in the game. Tiny is pretty good against Lycan, but I think for the most part, Tiny's kind of bad against Pugna. Decrep can be really annoying, and Tiny also kind of just goes on one hero. Pugna can suck them. Like a lot of the single target heroes, I don't think this is true about Night Stalker, but a hero like Sand King, for example, I think Pugna is a really good counter to Sand King, because Sand King generally just blink a burrow strikes like one of your core heroes or one of the heroes in front, and then normally the game plan is you just put as much damage into the burrow strike target as possible. And Pugna's pretty good against that because you can save that hero because of life drain. And Tiny is kind of the same case. I don't think Night Stalker is the same case, but Tiny and Bane I think fall into a similar category there.
I guess it makes a lot of sense. I still like it though. I mean, Tiny Io is one of those quintessential classic hero pairings, and sure, Tiny isn't as considered as highly in the meta as he was at the beginning of the 7.31 patch, but people are still very high on Tiny right now. I think this is a really good pick. I'm a lot more high on it than you are.
Yeah. I mean the hero's still strong, especially with like steroids or buffs. I think that's pretty much been the consensus that I've heard is you need a Wisp, you need yeah, like Quasflex Invoker, you need a Beastmaster. As long as you have one of these heroes, then Tiny becomes really strong.
Well, they have the Io, and the
Yes,
Invoker
that's the
is
best one.
available, and Aaron likes to pick Invoker, so it could be Io and the Invoker buffs for the Tiny. And does that Queen of Pain matchup really scare the Invoker, or Booba Enthusiast fine locking it in right now?
No, not particularly. They could pick it. I don't really like their lineup with it. They could definitely pick it though. I think
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know, their damage is kind of weird. It's like
5 seconds.
it's pretty single target. They have Avalanche to stun the Lycan summons, but that's like it. Otherwise, he can run around completely, do whatever he wants. Uh, Mars is still in the pool. Honestly, I think mid Mars would be a really good pick for Booba enthusiasts. You just need something to let your heroes hit. Night Stalker isn't like a stun hero. You need heroes to kind of set up for him, and because you have Wisp, I think there should be a mid setup. Okay, Puck. Yeah, that's a good pick. I like it.
It's one of those. It's literally the classic Quap counter in lane. Obviously, as the years have gone on, Quap is better in lane against Puck than she used to be. But Aaron's a good Puck player. It's a good Puck game. Great against Lycan with the right talent and the right item build. Great against Quap at pretty much every stage of the game. Great against Pugna. This is a great. This is a great Puck game.
Yeah, agreed. I think Puck has kind of fallen off as a hero. I don't think it's. I was gonna say I don't think it's that good. I might even go as far as to say that the hero is bad right now. But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, this is a phenomenal Puck game. You pretty much can't die to anything except for like a Quap Orchid. Earth Spirit Silence isn't even instant anymore. Although you do probably have to be wary of that as well. I like Booba Enthusiast draft here, definitely.
I feel like I want to be contrarian and disagree, but I agree wholeheartedly. I think they have a draft that has a lot of upsides and it's also easier to play. Usually, if your draft's a lot of upside and it's easier to play, it's a pretty good draft, especially at the amateur level when you can't necessarily rely on optimal execution like you can at the pro level.
Yep. I will say though, for Booba Enthusiast draft, you mentioned that Puck is good against Pugna, and I agree just because you can jump on the hero. However, you do have to watch out for the Nether Ward. Now, that's like one of the main nice things about Pugna is that when you put down the Nether Ward, the heroes in the AoE they have negative spell amp. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, it reduces their spell damage, and that can be really obnoxious to Puck, especially in team fights.
Maybe it's spell nullification. I don't know.
It's I just tapped out for a second to look at what it was. It's aura reduces enemy spell damage by 10, 15, 20, 25%,
All
which
right,
is
that
actually a
is a
really big deal.
mouthful. That is an absolute mouthful. But it is
And
very bad for Puck.
on top of that, the lane against Quap, I think traditionally it's definitely been Quap or been Puck favorite, but for the past few patches, I've genuinely enjoyed playing the Quap side of things. I think if you can get a fast Orchid, you can kill the Puck a lot, and the first like 5 levels. I mean, honestly, like the entire duration, the lane's pretty good. The only nice thing for Puck really is that Quap won't really pressure you that hard, and normally Puck's just kind of a farming hero. Now it's pretty hard to pressure people as Puck. And additionally, when you hit that level 6, Quap can die really easily to Dream Coil plus a support rotation.
We have our first pause of the series. Last series we had, I believe, like 6 or 7 pauses. So I'm hoping, praying, putting all of my energy into the idea of there not being too many pauses tonight, but that is not up to us now, is it?
Yeah. Uh,
Is
they
Kong
did
trying
just
to play
pause and say
tic-tac-toe?
nothing.
Wait, is he? Look at Kong, he's
Yeah.
playing tic-tac-toe right now.
Yeah. But it's just running out. Oh,
Also,
redraw.
for the viewers who are... Uh-oh. Sasquatch. But for those who are unaware, in terms of names here, Vesa, we're going to be calling Kong All Nights. League of Legends, and that's how we're going to be calling Kobe All Nights. That's about it. And I might accidentally be calling the IO Pydoc, but I apologize. We'll be calling him Malefic if we can. I was told by Twitch chat last time that BMTS is pronounced Bemtis, and
That
I'm
this
not
is
sure if they're right.
some meme stuff.
Oh, it's
Nah,
a meme.
it's. I mean, you can say that.
You know
That's
what?
like
It's easier to say Bemtis. It's 2 syllables versus BMTS.
it's an
It's four
acronym.
syllables. Like if it's
Yeah.
Bemtis, I'm sticking with that. It's easy, man.
Okay.
Unless
Broke more
unless
than
I'm told
spirit.
not to do it, I'm sticking with it, man. It sounds easy.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe like if it's like a drawn out situation like this, I can go the full BMTS given name there. But he the moment save 2 syllable. That's a lot of savings right there. And I'm a real I'm a real low syllable nickname enjoyer.
One
And not
second.
not a high syllable enjoyer, which makes sense. I gotta say words quickly sometimes. Can't just be hitting it up with the 4 syllable names, 5 syllable names. Now 1 and 2 syllables. That's where it's at. All right, apparently we need a couple of minutes.
They haven't said why they're pausing, but it is what it is.
I'm just gonna leave it in the chat. I'm just gonna say nothing. I think Dark may be on the mark on that one. A little bit of ligma going on the Radiant team, and perhaps Dark is hitting it on the head on that one. So, yeah, luckily Dyer's doing my job for me. What is going on? This is what we do. Welcome, viewers. If you are just joining us, welcome to Monday Night Lads. It is top 6 playoffs. It is the losers quarterfinals. Winner makes top 4 to play Polar Ass. Loser goes home tied at 5th with the VCU East. My name is Badger. I am joined by the one only logical Dota, and we're at like 3 minutes of pause right now. I haven't been keeping an exact timer, but I'm looking over at my monitor, which has a 2-minute delay on it, and I'm like, yeah, that was me 2 minutes ago. And there, we've been paused about a minute. Therefore, we're like 3 minutes of pause right now, which is not great. It's reminding me of my job, where I have to deal with Southeast Asian and South American Dota, where you sometimes get a 3-minute pause. Dark thinks I have a timer. I do
This guy, he
not.
doesn't know.
But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know I don't have a timer. As far as he knows, I have a timer. And usually, I mean, I've had a timer open in the past for other functions, but right now, not currently. All right,
Okay,
you got anything? You got anything interesting, logical? I'm out. I'm out of stuff to
let's
say.
let's let's take a peek at this. There's a 5 rep force staff against the Mystery Machine tomorrow.
Ooh,
That's 6 p.m. EST. That's a hot game. You should go watch that one.
that is
Uh,
the DNM versus Double King matchup, the
that's
Casio Bowl.
true. Oh my god, the Casio Cup.
I'm excited for Casio Bowl.
Have you seen Dan or Zero's Steve name
I have
ever
not.
since he's played it? Oh,
What is
okay.
Zero Steam name?
Let's see. You can okay. You put profile. I I I sent you it. And I hid the preview, so you have to click on
Slain by Casio Clan, and he is
it.
a very Double King profile picture too.
That's true. I didn't even realize that, but that is accurate.
But you know, what can you do? Sometimes you play one Casio, you lose. You play the other Casio, you lose. It's shades of NA Dota. First you lose to one Hassan, then you lose to the other Hassan. Now you lose to one Casio, then you lose to the other Casio. It's the classic. Or you can even go up the Han Classic, you know, losing to the Friedman brothers, you know? Swindle Melons, Z Freak. It's a classic.
Yeah. Oh.
We are going to need KU to delete his lines and apologize, though. Let's go to status, shall we? Never mind,
Can
I
you
can't
do
see
that?
it. I'm getting missing health bar sequence entry, probably unknown.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to. It's there somewhere. I know it's somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this list. I can. Oh wait. No, it went away. It was on the screen for like a fraction of a second. It's gone now though. So if someone in the chat truly wanted to, they can like screenshot that one instance, and then they could verify the ping on KU. 69 actually sounds fairly realistic though. I know I get about 75 ping to West, which is Seattle. And Portland might be able to get like 69 ping. Oh, yes, one team is ready. Problem is, guess what, Logical?
Dark's missing.
Other
I
team's not ready.
I saw.
Where
Oh,
are they going? Where are they going? No! Okay, you.
There is nothing that can stop this man.
Oh my lord. These people are killing me.
did Dark abandon? I feel like there's no way he abandoned.
Are we actually. Did he abandon?
No, I don't think so. I saw him just get back on Dota though, so which means he like DC'd, but I'm like fairly certain that is not what happened.
'Cause I wouldn't be surprised if the big man himself, Sasquatch, was trolling us here, but if this worked before, I've abandoned the cast on accidents and had to do it through Dota TV because I did this. So I'm not very cautious with
Like
doing this.
2 days ago or something, the B God got abandoned in the DPC game, lost a game because of it.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate because they were up
Yeah,
by like 15k, 20k
they
before
would
B
have
got
won.
disconnected.
They definitely would have won.
I mean, it happens in Dota sometimes. I mean, for those who remember Pro Series 8, there was the game where Yuma couldn't reconnect to his game. He was playing
They just
carry
called
that
GG
game.
out
That was wait.
instantly.
Yeah, they just called GG instantly. It was very unfortunate for everyone involved. I mean, casters were shell shocked, players were not happy. I was not happy. I got a couple death threats on Twitch that day, but it was okay.
What can you do,
What
really?
can you do? First time in a long time, but it happens. Okay, we're back. We're in. We've done it. We have defeated the endless pause time. For those who are just joining us, welcome to what should be actually Dota and not more pausing. My name's Badger. I am joined by Logical, and I am really hoping there's no more pauses right now.
Yeah. Seems like there won't be. Well, you never really can be sure. Interesting. Aaron has no tangos to start, which is quite risky, I think. Okay, he sent tangos out. Good job, Aaron. Proud of you, champ.
30 seconds.
Looks like you and Aaron on the same wavelength. Makes sense, you know. Very good middle laners thinking alike. Nah, I've talked you up enough tonight. I spent a lot of time talking you up tonight.
That's true. There has been quite a bit of delay so far. We're game one has not even really started, and it's 10:10 p.m.
Oh, wait. I mean, we started like 15 minutes late because Dark's team didn't show up. And then Kate's
And then
team
Radiant's team
decides to
didn't show up.
pause for like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So we added 21 minutes of delay that shouldn't be there. And that's why it's our time 10:11 p.m. EST. When the viewers hear it's going to be 10:13 EST. It's dark outside in the West Coast soon. That's how late it is. It's some late night Dota.
Yeah, it's quite dark outside. East Coast also.
I can verify that one. I'm looking at the window. It's most certainly dark right now.
It is, yeah, it's just fucking pitch black for me. Okay, but the lanes. This top lane, nothing's gonna happen. This bottom lane. I also think nothing should happen. But something could happen down here, I think. It's,
We're relying on like BMTS to make a big play with the roll, or just like Jakku to get chain bashes, or what are we looking at in the bottom lane?
yeah, it's Jakku to get chain bashes, honestly. It's I mean, Bane trades really easily against these melee heroes, just because the hero trades well in general, and then you also have the range advantage on Earth Spirit and Spirit Breaker, so I mean, you can potentially whittle down dire heroes just with harass damage over time, or maybe if dire gets a couple lucky bashes and Keita walks a little bit out of position, then they could get a kill, cheeky kill.
Wait, do you mean like when you say a couple? Do you mean 2 bashes or 3 bashes? Because 2 bash BMTS bottom lane. No, never mind. He went for the courier snipe under the tier 2 tower. Bane's courier though, not still alive. Earth Spirit, very injured, and we're at the point now where it's range creep. It's there, yeah.
This is pretty bad. This is what happens when you got a boring lane. This is what happens when BMTS gets put into a boring lane. He just rolls under the tier 2 tower.
He's TPing all the way to Fountain, which, if you're Jakku, luckily your hero's very tanky, but you mentioned chain bashes. 2 bashes in a row. That's a 3% chance. 3 bashes in a row, that's a 0.5% chance. So the odds of things happening in this lane.
That's not quite how that one works,
Is it
but
not?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know how bashes work, man. They're just bashes.
I mean, maybe. I didn't hear what numbers you said.
I said 3% for 2 bashes and 0.5% for 3 bashes in a row. Which, once again, probably not how it works. But I did the math.
Okay. I don't know if you considered pseudo RNG, but
I didn't.
I'll take your word for it. Okay.
Even it's not 3%. It's more like 2.8%, but it's too late for proper math. Courier! The courier actually dies top lane. Sasquatch got it. Something has died. We have done it. We've achieved action.
I would not be surprised to see a lot more couriers dying, just because these lanes are so solid and durable. That is honestly the one thing that you could do. Pugna, especially, the hero that killed this courier, is pretty solid at killing couriers with your 330 move speed.
It's 55 damage too, so it's a very safe hit it twice and then die type situation.
Look at Pugna's base stats. 55 damage, 4 armor, 330 move speed. That's a good day to be Pugna.
That's quite intense, I'll agree with you on that one. And so over to bot lane, we're seeing Jakku take some damage, but not quite enough damage to die. Instead, it's mid lane. Aaron's in a bit of danger. Dark blinks in, Screamer is dodged by Phase Shift. Aaron is low, Dark is low. Both teams pop their fairy fires, but Dark draws first blood. He'll die to creeps, but we have done it. Heroes have died.
This is well played by Dark. I only caught the tail end of that as well. However, that is kind of a big deal, because now that means, I mean, both of these players are going to have to use their TP scrolls. But Puck's level 6 is going to get delayed significantly. And Aaron also had a really big creep wave as he got dived, which, I mean, normally would go against that kind of a man-up play, just because the extra creeps would mean that you're stronger in that fight. But Dark wanted anyways, and that creep wave killed a lot of his own creeps, and so Aaron missed like half a level, or no, probably not half a level, but missed like a full creep wave worth of experience.
Oh
Aaron,
no.
did he get it? Oh no, he didn't.
Aaron did not get it. Dark denied it, and Dark is 6. He has the Sonic Wave if he so chooses, Bemtis. is
No
in the
way.
hunt as well, but Puck will survive for now. I mean, I believe Earth Spirit just showed as well, so this guy, I should be a little bit careful, but the damage is done. Puck's game is ruined.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for Earth Spirit to gank Puck at level 2 like this. It's even harder when you have 93 mana.
Yeah, once again, only one roll at your disposal, not the best tools there. Instead, though, bottom lane's Jakku on the run, tossed in the air by KU. And one more hit from the Tiny will do it.
Dyer's bottom
It's now 2 kills on the board for Booba enthusiasts, and well, it is nighttime. A second courier will die. It was Kong's crown in there, so the Helmet Dominator will be delayed by maybe a minute at most. Instead, though, it's Sasquatch being run at in the dire side jungle. Who TP away, though. Kobe used the Void immediately, meaning there was no cancel on the TP from the remainder of Booba enthusiasts. As that happens in the river, it's Bemtis and Keita in a fight. Dark blinks in. He has low mana, though. No Sonic Wave. He can blink and scream, but he accepts, you know what? I'm going to let the Bane walk away. He's not worth my time. He goes back to the mid lane again.
Yeah, that's true. Bane's are really tanky here. It's super annoying to go for kills like that, especially because Quap isn't very high damage right now. Okay, Dark wins the run 50-50 pretty much. Yeah, Quap though, unless you press ult, the hero isn't terribly high damage compared to some other heroes, like Spirit heroes, for instance. You don't have a long cooldown, you still do a lot of damage. These lanes are going quite bad for Dire, though, I will say. Bottom lane especially, KU has 17 denies.
Holy. That's a lot of denies.
Yeah. BMTS has been doing some questionable things this game, I'm not gonna lie. As his friend, I think I can say this.
He's been on an adventure more than anything else, but the adventure has not been fruitful. He
That's
ganked
true.
the courier, he did not kill it. He ganked the mid lane, did not get a kill there, so... Maybe if he gets the
Fruitful to
courier
bottom.
kill, if he gets the puck kill, it's different, but... You make those plays, you gotta hit them.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't that much that he can do in the bottom lane, but I think he still should have been present there. Maybe he could have pulled a creep wave, kind of like around the tower, get himself level 2. Is Keita dying?
BMTS and Dark making a
Yes.
play in the Radiant side jungle. Bane will die. Kill goes to Dark by the Scream of Pain, so it's 2 kills now for Dark. It's 2-2 kill score.
Take a small sack here. It's a nice small victory for Dire.
Stacked by Bane, immediately killed by the opposing team. That's a really unfortunate time for Bane.
Dark's 4K net worth right now. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, well over 1k more than the Puck. 500 more than the Tiny, who has dominated this bottom lane. That is a lot of net worth.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a good game on mid, you can often get more farm than you can as side lane heroes. Actually, that's kind of fake, but more often you'll see a mid hero with an extreme amount of net worth. If your lane's going really well, you're able to get some kills. Kong pops the ult.
Shapeshift and Dark Ascension both used. BMTS and Jakku will both rotate. Booba enthusiasts are on the run. The roll is short. Io has tether over Cliff. He's being charged by Jakku. Dark blinks in, but suddenly it was missed entirely. Chargeable hits a quill now on, I believe, only one hero. Io gets away. Jakku goes to the grave, and now Dark is man fighting with Kobe. Io returns once again, and what a rare mistake by Dark. You do not expect a player of that caliber to whiff that badly.
That's unfortunate. I'll cope for Dark by saying he doesn't play that much Shota. Same with BMTS. Unfortunately, just because that doesn't, you know, you can't cope to victory. So he's struggling. I think that's unfortunate. Your first co-op ult, you really want to do something big with it. Get a major kill, if anything.
You can't cope to victory. That's... I'm saving that line for later. That's a good line.
Thank you.
I'm using that at some point. I don't know when, but... Maybe when I play Soul ranking and I lose. That's what I'll tell my team. But top lane, the fight is happening. Question is, who will win the fight? Sasquatch and Kong are man fighting, at least attempting the man fight to defend their tier 1 tower. It's a TP in by Bemtis. And now Boob Enthusiasts walk on away. Earth Spirit had the roll, but that was about 1,000 units short, so there's no kill there. Wait a minute, Nightmare. Rather slow, the Void, but it's a roll to the right by BMTS. And he will get away.
Well played, well played. Booba enthusiasts feel extremely comfortable fighting in this position. I think they have a very nice... first of all, their heroes are pretty strong right now. They got... that's a lie. Their heroes are kind of weak right now, but they are very difficult to kill between...
Harry gets a solo kill on the Earth Spirit, but it may cost him his life. It's a charge through by Jakku. Nightmare will delay Nether Strike, but it's a blink in by Dark. Sonic Wave is not up, and Puck will jaunt away. Sonic Wave now available. It brings down Io, damages the Bane. Bane goes down as well, so it's a 1-for-2 trade. Ends up being Earth Spirit for Bane and the Wisp.
Great rotation by Kong. What the hell? Where did he come from? This is such a good play by Kong. I'm very impressed. Rotating like this, like coming on this mid kill, coming to get the tower is super high level in my opinion. It's very nice to see him make that kind of play. He secures a mid tier 1 now at just at minute 11, which isn't like the crazy earliest or anything, but I do kind of think that Metaverse is struggling a little bit in this game right now, just looking at the net worths. Dark's doing really well, but Kong and Jakku are struggling a little bit right now.
Yeah,
getting the mid tier 1's big deal.
Especially Jakku are really behind right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as far as the numbers go, definitely. I will say, though, that Lycan is a pretty timing-oriented hero. Especially because he doesn't have a core to wolf fight this game. If you got some kind of... Ursa, like if you're offlane Lycan, and then you got an extra agility carry, like a Ursa or Terra, but pretty much anything, any melee hero, then... then it doesn't matter, your hero can scale pretty well as long as you get the Ags later on. Kong has no such core this game, so he has to hit his timings on Lycan. Like, he's got to get this Vlad's, he's got to take a Roshan, and he's getting a tower for free, which is pretty nice right now, but this next shapeshift, I think he's going to have to kill a hero. Then he's going to have to finish his Helm to Overlord at a decent time.
That's towers collapsing across the map. That's 4 towers falling in the last about 2 minutes or so. Dire side, top and mid T1 falling. Radiant side, bottom and mid T1 also falling. About what you expect right there in terms of trades. We are seeing a 4-man smoke into the Dire side jungle. Aaron leads the way. He has Coil. Ascension is popped at the Tri-Camp. Kobe and the Io. They want Sasquatch, who's very fast but not fast enough. Kong will shapeshift. Puck jaunts in. Silence. Coil only there on a moment. It brings down the Pugna. Part of it is the turn, but a defensive nightmare from Keita. What a fantastic nightmare! But the charge stuns Aaron. The Puck will be the exchange, and now Dire run for more. They see Bane. They see Nightstalker. They claim the Bane, and they also want Kobe. But that is one much harder kill. The neutral centaur will stun Kong, and the kill will end there. But as that happens, it's Io stranded in the middle lane. His teammates left him to die, and he certainly will die. A 3-for-1 exchange, heavily in favor of the side of Metaverse Esports.
They took that fight really well. I like the way that they had their heroes positioned here. Dark broke the smoke because they know that unless they put an uphill ward, like as they're coming up, then they're not going to be able to kill him. They have to coil him immediately if they want to kill him. So Dark breaks the smoke and blinks backwards, and then the fight becomes really awkward for Booba enthusiasts.
Big catching the Radiant Tri-Camp, a 4-man smoke into a 4-man gank. They find the Tiny, the perfect kill if they get it. But it's a big if, he's still alive. Dark has Blink, but no Sonic Wave. And KU somehow survives. Aaron has jaunted in, will now jaunt out, and nobody dies. You're saying before that?
Yeah, the way that Metaverse took that fight was really good for them. The fight became really awkward from Booba when they popped Nightstalker ult, and the only hero that was nearby was the Pugna. They went on Sasquatch and he died pretty early, but they committed so much on him.
Ooh, long roll on Aaron, into the charge, into the scream. It's an offensive nightmare from Keita, but it will not be enough to save him. The ward damage, you mentioned it during the draft. It brought down Aaron. BMTS had a short roll, did not hit on the Bane, but Dire are diving tier 2 towers. Correction, they do not dive tier 2 towers, they will now back off.
Poor play. Diving Bane like that, never fun. Keito's not level 6 yet, 14 minutes into the game. That's kind of concerning. That's quite concerning.
I guess the tome went to Malefic on the IO, and just the Bane is suffering as a result.
He gets his 6 now. I think this is gonna be really important. The Quap's only death was to that mid lane trade for the solo kill mid lane. So no hero even really got the kill benefits, the kill bounty for Dark. They do kind of need to put one death on him at least.
It's a
Sasquatch.
somewhat hilarious play from Sasquatch. He's just farming the Radiant side Tricamp stack. Get caught by 5 heroes and eventually Orb, Jaunt, Rift, Coil. Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised by Sasquatch's skill build this game. I guess he is kind of the only hero that can hit towers early on, because Lycan you can't really hit towers unless you've already killed them. The standard build right now is just skipping Decrepify, I think, early on, and going for 204 to get the max Nether Ward for the early fights as fast as possible. Sasquatch went 3-1-1 this game. He also is not level 6, I'm realizing.
It's a bad day for supports getting
15.
6, apparently, yeah.
I mean, Earthsphere was also struggling. He kind of ran around so much that he probably needed the book more. He's got max roll now, though. He's good. He doesn't need another level for the rest of the game.
Speaking of support struggling, it was a smoked up charge on the IO bottom, and well, in the 1v3, Malefic had no hope for survival. Question is, never mind. I thought there might be a second kill on Night Stalker, but Dire could not connect on that one. At least not yet.
Yeah, all these heroes feel very low level. Metaverse going for this bottom tier 2 push. Kong, yeah, okay, Kong finished his Hum the Overlord. It's pretty solid timing. I think he's about to die.
It is defense time. Kong is slowly being healed by Sasquatch. Somebody hits onto Keita. Kong, both are dead. BM said one-man roll, but KU is man-fighting with her spirit. Queen of Pain can now blink away if she so chooses, or perhaps not. She's stunned by Avalanche and just dead. Now let's relocate on KU, bringing him further to the Pugna and the Spirit Breaker. Pugna TP's away. Spirit Breaker will drop to the puck. It ends up being a Bane and a tier 2 tower in exchange for 4 heroes. Sure, Metaverse got what they came for, but at what cost?
That was quite the cost, I'd say. It's pretty unfortunate. I think they were hoping to just get that tower uncontested pretty much because they're already killing it quite quickly, and they looked really strong with that Helm of the Overlord creeping and all their heroes stationed there. But this is really bad though. This is like the first really good momentum I think that Booba enthusiasts have gotten the entire game, and now the game looks pretty bad for our Metaverse. I'd say this Tiny is extremely scary and extremely dangerous. This is a very good Tiny game. I haven't really talked about it that much, but except for Pugna, it has good matchups against pretty much all of Dire's heroes, I'd say.
Mid lane, Aaron is in a little bit of danger, it appears. He's being gone on by 3 heroes, though. They cannot connect on the puck kill. They'll instead go on Bane, who's healed by the mech of Io. Now there's a coil on Pugna on the north side of the fight, as BMTS will roll but miss on puck. And it seems like nobody will die. Jakku had the long-range charge active, but did not complete that one to its end.
And Dire does have a very kind of ape run at you lineup, and so they do kind of just have to run around the map looking for kills. This has been the playstyle that they've been the most successful with during this playoffs. They're kind of struggling to find kills right now. BMTS is about to die.
Yeah, he was spotted by the Radiant side Observer Ward. He's not quite dead yet, and Radiant will not commit in for the support kill. I guess the Pugna Ward goes into the grave, but it's only 40 gold, so not too much exchange by either team.
Yeah, Radiant didn't really have to do that much except for TP in. Pugna wards are super expendable. That's the word I was looking for. Right? Pugna wards are super expendable. The bounty is only 20, 40, 60, 80 gold, and it gives no experience. But yeah, people have been. There's definitely been a rise of people just putting Netherward down in lane as well, and even if they get the last, I mean, you can deny the Netherward a lot of the times, but even if they get the last hit, it's super not big deal.
Shapeshift and Ascension are both popped, but it's a two-man coil on Earth Spirit and Queen of Pain. Is their fault? Something comes in, hitting on 2. Now, Grip hits on Sasquatch as Io will once again heal Night Sucker. Sasquatch is dead. Radiant are collapsing though. The HP is it there? No, it is not. Io is dead. Night Sucker is very low. He will die to Shadow Strike as Kong runs down the Puck. Puck must escape. KU has to BKB and TP as Bane gets run at by Earth Spirit and Queen of Pain. Keita attempts to man fight with that stick in the brain zap. It does not work. Sasquatch did have to buy back, but it's a 3-for-1 exchange and one that Metaverse surely needed.
Yeah, that fight was very nice for them. That was as well. That was also the BKB reveal. Pretty much, that was the first usage of it in that team fight. It was just used to BKB TP out. This Metaverse is kind of back on track now after that fight. They're able to get this Roshan, which is what you're looking for with Lycan. Actually, I mean, this fight is not super trivial for Dire. However, I do think that it's favored for them. The steal is
difficult to begin with, but when you're charged by Jakku, it's even harder. He's silenced by Ventus, but instead, it is Dark and Kong inside the pit for the main objective. Aegis to Queen of Pain at minute 20. I know you've lamented how Laz teams are sometimes slow to get Roshan, but Metaverse, they do it at a decent time.
Yeah. That's definitely true. I mean, more so than lads teams fail to do it at an early time. I think the top professional teams have just gotten very efficient at doing it earlier on in the game and picking heroes that can kill Roche early on in the game.
But that does mean, conversely,
yes,
the other side is slow. You're being the optimist for once, not being the pessimist.
It's true. On some of these heroes, though, you have an early Roshan timing that you really want to hit. Like on TA, on Lycan this game, Ursa, all these heroes, you really... Okay, yeah, he gets exploded.
We're seeing a coil on Pugna as well. Silence wasn't sure if Pugna cannot get any spells off. What was Ursa? I was watching him the entire time. I'm still not quite sure what he was doing there.
Yeah. I wasn't watching, but I can tell you that BMTS doesn't know either.
He just walked up slowly to the outpost. Starts channeling it, and then Tiny walks up and hits him. I think even he had vision on the Tiny, and just channeled it anyways, and just died.
Yeah.
Not quite sure. I'm really not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah. I'm not sure what BMTS was thinking as well. He, maybe he wasn't.
Yeah, you
That's just the kind of player that he is.
Very viable counterpoint. I'm asking, what's he thinking? Response, he's not thinking. We're seeing Puck self-fuels and jaunt away after a pre-placed orb to escape Jakku and Ventus. Gang Squad want to Puck, but Puck crafty moves to get away.
Yeah. I don't really like Aaron's build on Puck this game. I think it's a little bit too wonky, and I don't think it'll help him scale that well. I mean, realistically, he just kind of needs to coil heroes this game, but I think if you can avoid just playing... If you're capable of having a good game and you don't have to sack yourself, then you shouldn't.
Old charge by Jakku under a tier 2 tower, but they didn't do anything, actually. Never mind. Maybe they didn't want to grip the hero with the passive, the Bodo's, but that's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, that would have been a very short grip, so I can understand not wanting to grip the SB like that. This is one problem of Radiant's lineup, is their catch is not the best. Pretty much the only way to catch the Spirit Breaker like that is with the Yule Scepter to purge the Bulldoze. Because if you coil the Spirit Breaker, then he's just going to run out the coil, and it's not going to last very long, and then you can't really grip a Spirit Breaker either.
Here we go again, long charge by Jakku. It finds the Bane, who is invis though. Dust available but not used by Jakku. They instead focus the Puck. Hard kill. Aaron rifts, orbs, and jaunts away, but Dire know he's there. BMTS dies to creeps and towers as Kong dives the Bane. The Bane is dead. Now, it's once again an orb and jaunt away by Aaron, so a 1-for-1 trade. Bane for Earth Spirits. Dire, they have the shapeshift active, but neither of the tier 2 towers went down during that.
That was really something. You see what happened? I mean, we're just gonna say this the whole night. It feels like you see what happened to BMTS that fight. He missed his roll and he rolled into the tier 3 tower. That was insane. He tried to do a short roll, but there was already a rock there that was like slightly like too close to him, and so it extended his roll and it made him go under the tier 3 tower, and then he was just under a tier 3 tower next to Wispin Night Stalker.
Interesting. We're seeing a phase shift dodge of charge middle lane. Aaron is silenced by Bemtis. Will try to jaunt away. It will not be in time. The orb expired. Now it's to relocate in to save Aaron. KU and Malefic have joined the fight. They're running at Pugna, who's fast, but nowhere near fast enough. But as that happens, KU finds Jakku in the back lines. So it's Pugna and Spirit Breaker. Booba Enthusiast, they run forward for more, and it appears as though there will be no more kills, but considering how many attempts Metaverse have made to gank, to lose two heroes like that, it's not good.
Yeah, this is a kind of important loss of momentum. This is it's somewhat a big deal. The Aegis is running out as well. Radiant is going to be stronger than them for pretty much the rest of the game, as far as I can see. Like, yeah, these barracks that tier 3 tower
Dark is
goes under.
gripped! They can kill him! The Tiny! No, the damage! The roll! Saved him! BMTS!
Let's go, BMTS.
Gave his life for the cause! It saved Queen of Pain, but there's still a coil on Sasquatch's Pugna Jakku. With a big charge, perhaps, but is it big enough? Pugna hits on all 5 heroes, but the damage is just completely lacking. Kong must shapeshift to run. Jakku is left to die. There are 3 dead. All 3 do not have buyback. The Helm of the Overlord Creep is dead as well. It will be middle barracks and Booba Enthusiasts. Wait, they're going tier 4s. I don't think this is going to be thrown, but it's going to be a lot of tier 4 damage here.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good play. I feel like they can do this and get away with it. Dire does not have okay, yeah, sure. I'm backing the safe play, but they don't really. Dire is so much weaker than Radiant right now. If they're just together and grouped up, they can kind of just run around, do whatever they want. They took 1 tier 4. That was a good play by BMTS, though. I will say I was happy about that one.
Oh no, they found Kong with the Avalanche Toss combo. He does have buyback, but he cannot afford to use that. Jakku will charge on through. Io and Tiny are stuns and coils there on Pugna and Queen of Pain on the south side of the fight. Kobe runs at the Dire side backline, but instead it's KU destroying the Metaverse front line. With Dark going down with no buyback, they call GG. They know they have lost, and we will be headed to a game number 2.
This game was so clowny. However, I think there were glimmers of hope for Metaverse. I don't think they were behind the entire game, and I think they were even leading in a good portion of this game. But when Booba Enthusiasts hit their timing, Metaverse had literally nothing to deal with it. They had support Pugna Decrypt, which is like pretty. I mean, it's not the last spell that you max on that hero, but you do not have max Decrypt for a very long time. He ended the game without max Decrypt.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, he had what, 2 points? Yeah, 2 points in Decrypt. Not ideal.
These supports were like super in despair on Dire. Doom just ended the game with 190 GPM. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. What? Oh no.
Hundreds. That's
What year is it? I mean, hopefully game 2 was a little closer than that, because it's weird, because I remember looking at when the throne was falling on my monitor, I looked over at my other monitor, which is my stream cam, and it was only a 4K net worth lead. The tier 2 mid was still alive, and the throne was dead on my screen. I'm like, wow, that game snowballed quickly.
yeah. Yeah. Dire just didn't really have a whole lot to deal with the tiny wisp for that game. And I guess I have to eat my words then a little bit, because I did say I didn't really like the tiny pick, but it did hit a very strong timing against the Dire heroes. Where we
But
just
you
gotta.
know who liked the tiny pick, Logical? You know who liked the tiny pick?
That's true. You did say that, the tiny wisp classic combo.
I'm sure it's one of those things where Metaverse have to have something ready for game 2, right? They have to have something ready.
I mean, they did a lot of actually I don't even know how to say this correctly. They did a lot of they messed up a couple times this game, I think, and in ways that they probably didn't mean to, or okay, well, I mean, you never mean to make mistakes, but I think that they needed this game to kind of get back into the swing of things. These players don't really play that much Dota. I mean, I'm gonna say this over and over because that's what they're gonna say after the series ends as well. But yeah, so I think they needed this game to kind of get back into the groove of things. I think this next game will be a lot closer.
Yeah, that's gonna be my excuse when I go to the YMCA or the gym, play some basketball. Like, yeah, guys, haven't been playing for years. You know, I'm out of shape. That's the only reason you won. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm sure
That's kind of valid, but I mean,
they'll be just as sympathetic as we are right now.
that's valid. I think unfortunately, it's like, why are you making excuses for YMCA basketball?
Yeah,
It's kind. I mean,
yeah.
that yeah, that's kind of the same thing. YMCA basketball, legal ads. It's like, I'm kidding, Badger. I would never make fun of your tournament like that.
Oh no! All right, so Booba Enthusiast have chosen second pick.
That's yeah, second pick's pretty good. They got second pick last game, didn't they?
They did. Yeah, Metaverse chose first pick. They chose first pick. So they
They
are
won
in
in Pong
the
though.
they're in the annals of such great teams as Four Zoomers and Narkosh, of teams that pick first pick sometimes. Certainly a bold selection. Not one that I consider orthodox, to be sure, but sometimes you gotta advance the meta. You gotta go for something weird, and well, yeah, you know what I hope to see next game for Metaverse? Chen
Uh,
or Enchantress.
mm, yeah, I think Chen was first who's banned. Chen was like insta banned, so you're probably not going to see a Chen. Enchantress, I could see it. Solid hero. Um, Oh yeah, okay. When you have first pick like this, that's what I was gonna say. I think you need to really make good usage of this 8 pick because there's not a whole lot of good aspects about first pick. But the one thing that is actually useful is the fact that you have that last pick at the end of the first phase, and then you have 3 bans right after to protect that pick. And I think picking Spirit Breaker there is not the best usage of that. This is a hero that you can pick like literally whenever. You can pick it during the 16-17 next phase. You can pick it to the 23 in the last phase, but using your 8 pick like that, I think you should secure one of those high priority carry the game heroes that got banned out in the second phase, such as TA.
Dire team
Or maybe Ever Pro player's favorite right now, Medusa.
Yeah, I don't think this team will pick Medusa ever though, kind of, because it's definitely not the way that they play.
I'm sure you're right, but maybe they should. Medusa seems very fair and balanced right now. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
Medusa's good.
Or
I
maybe
think the
Chaos
hero.
Knight. Chaos Knight's good.
I don't think Medusa's unbalanced,
seconds remaining.
but the hero is good. It's solid. It's very easy to play around. Like the game plan's very simple.
Seconds remaining.
I like Deuce. I think Deuce is nice and fun. But
Agreed.
maybe they want like an actual fun hero to play and not Medusa. So it will
Oh,
be
okay.
different first phase bans though. So DP
They're
unbanned.
gonna take it. Yeah.
And if they want the 5 pick DP, they can grab him. For Booba enthusiasts, they are fine giving up the 5 DP. Been there, done that, they beat it.
10 seconds remaining.
So if there's any one team that knows how to play against DP,
5
it's
seconds.
the team that's been picking DP every game for the last year and a half. It's Booba enthusiasts, aka Sheesh, aka Ligma, aka Step Burl Stuck, aka No Teddy. They know what they're doing as DP.
Yeah. What else did they ban? They banned Sand King last game. Okay. Um, Metaverse kind of lost without their Sand King last game. Honestly, okay, they banned out this game. They're taking Death Prophet, of course. Yeah. Um, Boobenthus took A last time. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do this again. I think that's their idea for counters against Death Prophet. Is like A plus heroes that can burst CP under Ice Blast duration.
I think it's a little bit bold to go for the A, but it makes sense. You know, get that regen reduction against
5
Question: the complete regen removal for DP with the siphons sounds like it's a good
hundred
idea.
percent regen reduction.
We don't really see too much AA played in either lads or in pro play for that matter. So it'd be a little bit bold to go for that pick.
Yeah, I would agree. The hero is not popular at all. I think the hero is definitely a little underrated right now, especially the fact that DP is like some absurdly high contest rate, like 95% plus contest rate. So they're spending quite a lot of time. Their first phase picks here. They're already down to a minute 15 pretty much.
Oh
No.
god. So we're seeing in the lads Discord, members of Polar Ass already asking KU when his team's available for playoffs, loser semis. So
It's kind of frogged up, but it's also kind of funny.
somebody's confidence that
10 seconds remaining.
Metaverse are not going to win game 2. Not going to say who exactly, but you could probably figure it out. Probably not. It's not who you would expect. Now to think about it, but
I just saw who it was.
we are head on them for game number 2, and I mean, on the season, Booba enthusiasts are 3-0 against Metaverse. I believe only one of the 3 games was even remotely close. Last game, not close. One of the games in the group stage, not close at all. So hopefully, 4th time's the charm, and we get a good Dota game.
Dire team pick.
It's true.
That is what the people want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what you want to see. It's good Dota 2. Not 27 minutes in a tiny game. Not
Agreed.
interested in that. I'd even be fine with Metaverse winning in 27 minutes. Because then we have suspense. We have narrative. We
That's
have
true.
game 3.
5
But
seconds remaining.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Metaverse winning in 27 minutes.
it'd be different. And
I'd be very surprised. Yeah.
it'd be like watching the TI-10 Grand Finals. It's like, all right, Spirit are beating some ass against LGD constantly.
That was TI-10? Oh my god.
And suddenly, it's like, wait a minute, LGD, game 4, they're beating the crap out of Team Spirit. Wait a minute. This is wild. So maybe if that happens, we can build a narrative here. And yeah, it was TI-10, you're right.
That's crazy. I like forgot or something. I don't know. I feel like that not many people call it TI-10. I feel like a lot of people just refer to it as TI or the International this year. TI-10, dang, double digits.
But you gotta compartmentalize it, there's gonna be a TI-11 around the corner in just like 5 or 6 months, so
It's true.
you got more TIs coming. I assure you they are not stopping, and if they stop, then I'll be a very sad man. But for now, it's, as you mentioned, picking a hero who can win the game at 8. Well, that is a carry who can win the game. That is Chaos Knight, one of the premier carries of the patch right there.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think this is like the most 8-pick kind of carry hero, but it's good. I like it. It's definitely an improvement from Spirit Breaker. This hero is incredibly strong at all parts of the game. It's
10 seconds
like debatably broken in the laning phase with the stun and the
5 seconds.
its base attributes. And then yeah, I mean this hero just does so much damage. Honestly, I would have liked to see them pick it. I don't know if they banned it on. Yeah, okay, they did ban it on Booba Enthusiast, but it would have been a crazy good CK game last game as well.
And there are some really good players who are real high on Chaos Knight. And that list includes TSM's very own Tomato and League of Lads' very own Hobbs. Equally good players, equally high on CK.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, equally skilled, equally yeah. Those are very very comparable players. Badger.
Radiant
Not laughing during that was pretty difficult. I achieved it. I'm Mr. Deadpan.
Well played. Okay. These bands now. They're very confident that it's calling Chaos Knight. I guess actually he did play the game of Chaos Knight, if I remember correctly, earlier on. I have a feeling we watched that. I'm gonna double check to make sure I'm not insane. Yes, they have 2 games of Chaos Knight. And they picked one of them against Or Curry. Oh, that's who they played last. That's who they played last time we casted them. Not Canoe and the Canoes. That was 2 times ago.
I was gonna say I didn't know exactly what you were saying, but yeah, that was a good series, the Or Curry one, the last time we casted them. But
Yes, yes.
if anything, their series against Canoe and the Canoes might have been. I mean, it had a very good game. It actually had a very good 2-game series.
Um, yeah, that's something like that.
5 seconds.
You know, multiple players you identify the team with. 3-letter players that start with C, Sev,
Team pick.
You can see how it might happen.
I thought you looked. It sounded like you were setting it up for another one. I was curious as to who the third one was going to be.
Oh
But
no,
yeah,
I did. I don't think there's another 3-letter C based player in the league.
yeah.
I could be wrong, but I can't think of one.
Cap. It's like
Capital, unfortunately, is not a part of League of Lads. He's actually going to be too high a amount to play, which for a caster is.
is that true?
Yeah, because I think the mathematical highest you can be with the way our scaling and our formula works is like 7.6k.
I
So
feel like
Cap's
he's not higher than that.
he was AK recently if he's not AK anymore. So Cap, and the fact that the caster's too good for this league is amazing to me. I'm a caster. I'm not too good for this league.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, technically you spent time on the lads ban list for being too good, but that's not a feeling. It's not a feeling I've ever experienced. Unlike you, never
I'm
been lads
surprised to hear
ban
that.
listed.
What?
I've never been lads ban listed. Unlike you,
Oh, yeah. Uh, that was true for a long time. Um, there's like a lot of reserve time being used so far. We didn't talk about this Jakiro pick at all. Okay, Rubik. I'm with that. I like this pick. Metaverse draft looks a lot more normal compared to what we've seen before. They also just like gave up on Pugna. They 5-picked a game one and now they've just ignored Pugna. There's Night Stalker on Radiant, to be fair. I think this will be Death Prophet 5 as well, now that I'm starting to actually think about this draft. I think that I think this CK Death Prophet's going to be their safe lane. And yeah, they're gonna try to Spirit Siphon the Night Stalker. That because that is probably like the one thing that you can do with Night. The reason you don't see more Night Stalker picks is because if you pick it early on like this, you if this hero has a bad early game or like a bad laning phase, then the hero is just like completely dead. It's extremely bad unless you can stay to like a proficient level of farm. If you get behind on this hero or like severely behind on this hero, it becomes complete liability.
it's
Seconds remaining.
going to be. I mean, it is a bold 17 pick,
5
but
seconds remaining.
I like it. I still like it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Even though
I think
it's very counterable, I still like it.
yeah, Storm could have been a good 8 pick. I think yeah, Storm's really good this patch. I think you have to kind of have to know what you're doing, have decent ideas with it. I think
Team
I
back.
like it though. Although Pango, okay, yeah, that hero's pretty good.
Seems to be the name of the game for both these teams. Pick good heroes. A lot of good heroes selected so far, so not too surprising right there.
Radiant team banned.
I know there's some people who think Pangolier might be like the best mid laner in the game, possibly not called Sand King. So this Pango hero is very
Pango's really good.
very hard to deal with at literally every stage of the game.
I don't even think Sand King's the best mid hero or it's like the best offlane hero. I think just the fact that it's extremely good in both of those lanes makes it
5
in
seconds.
contention for best in the game.
There's a lot of value in draft versatility. A lot of value. It's part of the reason why DP's so good. Honestly, DP's just overpowered in terms of the numbers, but being able to play her 3, being able to play her 5, being able to play her 2, even the 4 is very cool. It is very, very cool. Apparently, Twitch chat was not happy with my comparing Tomato to Hobbs comments. I apologize. Apparently, they took offense to that one. What can you do?
I don't know what sounds beefy means, but I probably agree.
They have taken my offhand meme comments and insinuated that I think Tomato is bad. But what if I was just implying that Hobbs was good?
5 seconds remaining.
Nah, this is me. We are seeing the last phase of bans. Animage Void banned by Metaverse. Beastmaster Lone Druid banned by Booba Enthusiasts. It's probably time for offlane selection for Jakku. You mentioned Doom, Game 1. Doom, still available. Quite decent into Pangolier, forced by Lincolns, perhaps, so could
10
happen.
seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Phoenix. That's quite the selection. Metaverse. Oh my god, their lineup is ugly, but I don't think it's terrible. Like all these heroes are good or function, but their lineup just looks so wacky together. I don't think I've ever seen this collection of 5 heroes on the same team.
I think you might actually be right. I mean, I'm sure it's happened somewhere, sometime, because these are popular heroes, right? But it's definitely odd. I mean, generally you see like a large AoE crowd control hero with the Phoenix, and I suppose Storm can buy an Aghanim Scepter to protect the egg, but it's definitely odd. I'll give you that one.
They don't really have a good hero to hit the egg on Radiant, so that Phoenix could potentially have a really good game, but it looks like it's going to be carry CK mid storm offlane Death Prophet and 5 Phoenix, which is probably the where all these heroes were expected to go as they were picked.
Does
Okay.
Razor still have that attack speed talent or no?
Yes, but it's 80. I think it used to be like 150 or something. It used to be a absurd number, but now it's 80 attack speed at 25.
That is no longer as absurd.
I actually want to find this because I want to say it got even higher than that, but I think I may just be wrong.
5 seconds remaining.
I remember 140, but it's been a
Uh,
while.
Yeah, okay, so it got reduced. Most recently, it went from 100 to 80, and then before that, I'm trying to find this.
I think look at the overall drafts, though. I think I like Metaverse's draft. I mean, you mentioned it's ugly. I also think it's ugly, but you know what? Ugly drafts win sometimes. Maybe the ugly duckling will blossom into a beautiful swan in the late game. It'll somehow win these fights, give us a game 3, and we can all be happy. Wouldn't that be nice?
It was 100 at max. What the? I feel like this is false. I feel like this changelog is lying to me.
You know what? I agree with you. Odds are we are misremembering, but you know what? I think the changelog might be lying to us too.
That's
Looking at the drafts, though, any thoughts on overall draft strength?
I. It's. I like Metaverse's draft slightly more. I'll say. I think this last pick Phoenix was pretty. It was nice. It was a good pick. I think I think Kabuba enthusiasts are gonna win though. I think they're more capable of playing their lineup. I think they have kind of shown themselves to be the better team overall.
All right, then. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 in the League of Lads Losers Bracket quarterfinals. It is Booba Enthusiast who won game 1 in 27 minutes. It was a bit of a shellacking, taking on Metaverse Esports, who, well, they were on the other end of said shellacking. They need to win this game or it's go home. They 5-man smoke into the Radiant Dragon immediately. They find Keita, Chaos Bolt. It's fogged, and now it will hit. It's a 2-second stun. Jakuro, he will go down. Question is not if, but to who. And it will be to the Phoenix, Sasquatch. Big man himself gets the first blood, and my name is Badger. I'm joined by Logical. You know, we're in for one good game. I can tell you that much right now.
To battle.
I hope so, Badger, and I think you might be right. This first build on Phoenix is pretty interesting. I think sure won't really be able to do that much with the 300 gold, but if you're able to not die and maybe get a couple other kills, then there's it's a very solid chance this hero could get like a early earn. They know about this ward though, Night Stalker Night Vision.
Nice, fun stuff there, but
The battle
it still will be, I believe, 2 runes apiece. Unless... Now, Aaron tried for the big play on that one. Could not get the 3rd rune, so... Metaverse will be off to a good start. They get First Blood and 2 runes, but it will be in exchange for a D ward when eventually Radiant send a Sentry Ward to the top lane. Wanna know why I know it's a good game? Remember when First Blood was last game? It was very
Oh,
late.
was
But
it in the mid kill?
it was like minute 4. And then we didn't see another kill for like another 3 minutes. We've already seen a kill. That's how I know we're in for a good game.
Yeah, that's fair. These heroes are definitely a lot more exciting than we had last game. There's a way more kill potential in the early laning stage, especially in this bottom lane. I'll say this Razor Jakiro lane is demonic. It's gonna be super hard for Dire to play. I think just the static link plus the Jakiro move speed slows. It's going to. It's one of the heroes that can actually break through the Death Prophet ceiling.
Big plays from Sasquatch. He denied the Observer Ward. Him and Malphite. I've been watching this trade for the last 30 seconds, but you know what? I'm happy I did. Big plays from Sasquatch.
I heard you like audibly make a sound, so I wanted to finish my my thought there. I was interested. Yeah, I mean that's nice. You have to be careful. I think the like top level teams or like the I'll just say like competitive professional teams have gotten very good at like double hitting wards. Kind of the same way that when you try to deny a range creep, you try timing your attacks together. People have yeah, top level players have gotten better at timing their hits like that against wards to make sure that they don't get denied. Because there is quite a long window where you can see the other guy's wind up animation and then wait for the projectile to hit. There's a lot of time to get your auto tech out and deny the ward. Sasquatch used it there.
Saw him place the Sentry Ward. It's one of those things where both teams know secrets. It becomes much more interesting. Bottom lane, it was a lift on Keita. And thanks to the lift from BMTS, him and Jakku claimed that kill on Jakiro. So it's now 2 kills for the side of Metaverse. And you know what? Booba enthusiasts, they're not off to the start they had last game. They're already down by a bit under 1k gold. And we're seeing again, it's Dark playing very well in the mid lane CS-wise. He is 13-1 versus Aaron's 7-0.
No, he's not dead. Oh, never mind.
He is dead.
Hits.
Maybe not.
No,
Fair fire.
He's got the bottle coming. However, this lane's going quite badly for him. I will say this lane's not supposed to go this badly for Panga. You can there's even potential to win this lane in my opinion for Panga if you trade until level 6, and it's quite easy to get the Storm Spirit trapped in this little Rolling Thunder loop around the middle area of the lane. So a lot of permastone opportunities. I will say though, this is bottom lane. I'm very surprised to see Keita go down. Oh, Malphite dead too.
Yeah, it was a very long exchange in the dire side jungle. I caught it, don't worry. But you were saying before that about Jakiro going down?
I'm very surprised because he died right. It seems like he kind of went all in right before the Razor hit his big level 3 power spike. And yeah, that was surprising to me because I feel like we don't normally see Booba enthusiasts make those kind of I don't know the right word, but those kinds of mistakes, those kind of like mistakes on reads on the lanes.
We'll call them oversteps, but you can do a lot. You can pull up the source. You had a lot of options on that one. Could call it an unforced error. Could call it a feed. You got a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't exactly what I meant, but you get the idea.
I do. Well, if you were a fan of Dota 2, I've got some bad news for you. We are back to our previous experience of live streaming a pause. We're back. The pause.
He's back though. We're back.
We're not back though. It's a pee break. So we're not back. We're still waiting.
Oh wait.
What can you do? Was it Moondog Studios used to like be quiet during pauses? I think they had like a gimmick. Might have been Global Sounds instead, where Global Sounds just pop and they just wouldn't say words during it. That sounds a lot more logical than pee breaks, but
that couldn't have been good for viewership.
Yeah, it feels for pauses, yeah. For global silence, probably not. It's only what, 5 seconds? That's not very long.
Yeah. For global silence, it's like funny or something. But for pauses, you could have like 5 6 minute long pauses. Just having literally nothing happening on the screen. I feel like people would probably click off.
And we were mentioning the game in which B-God was disconnected. That was like a 20-minute pause. So imagine
Yeah.
no action for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't have to mute the stream because there's just nothing happening. It's like, all right, go open a YouTube video, open TikTok or whatever. You don't have to listen to the caster's vibe, I suppose. But
I mean, I feel like most people would just click another stream.
we're seeing top lane,
Duh.
perhaps the dive. Stick was used by Kobe with the Chaos Bolt, gets a 4th kill for Metaverse Esports. In mid lane, it's Aaron again. Went for a dive play on Dark. Nearly goes down. BMTS almost got the kill on the Pangolier, so that's... I mentioned errantly what if Metaverse win in 27 minutes, but they're off to a fantastic start 4 minutes in.
Yes, it's pretty hard for them to just like end the game at minute 27 though, unless they're like farming Radiant and they call GG. They got Death Prophet, but the rest of the heroes don't really hit towers too well. BF just died.
Yeah, Pangolier spells, they do a lot of damage apparently. I thought the rig was fine, but apparently it was not fine.
That's pretty unfortunate. I would say that Dark has been. I mean, Dark has definitely been winning the mid lane up until now, but Aaron's kind of chilling now. I think he might even be higher net worth. No, actually, it's not even close. He's done 500 gold at 5 minutes. That's crazy.
We saw it
But
last game too. Dark was up by about this much this early, but last time he had first blood gold.
yeah, it's true. Aaron gets a little hand out there. It's nice for his game. He's level 6 now. Well, this top lane nighttime, nothing's happening. I mean, it's 23 pick Phoenix, so he got to see his lane in its entirety before he picked the hero. So it's a pretty good lane for Phoenix. Very good at stopping Night Stalker's aggression.
Wait, Siphon is used by Jakku. Thought he might die, instead he's juking in the trees. Actually, I was curious it's one of those things you don't really see 23 pick supports that often. Usually you see cores reserved for that spot, but so far this Phoenix pick has worked out pretty well, and it should work out even better later on. I mean, even if Razor, say, like, BKB hits the Phoenix during Supernova, that's still not a good play for Razor. Oh, Kong,
Yeah.
that's a rough death top lane. I don't believe he can find a way out of this one. He'll Chaos Bolt the Night Stalker, but the roll from Pangolier far too much. Good gank from Aaron.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
that was a solid usage of roll there. I'm surprised that he died. I guess Aaron probably like TP'd to the tier 2 and then just like ran up and pressed roll.
And that's that happening. It's another 2v2 fight bottom lane, and Metaverse get the wrong side. A 0-for-2 trade there with Rubik and Death Prophet both dying. So, well,
Dire's structure
I was praising Metaverse at 4-0, and suddenly it's now 4-4, though they still maintain that 1k net worth lead.
Dire's top
Mostly due to what's happening mid lane, despite the 2 kills happening for Aaron. Storm is still 1k up on Pangolier right now.
It creeps pretty well. The hero and the player. Dark's a small camp enthusiast.
Yeah, and you see, mid laners in general, the ones who are small camp enthusiasts are excelling in the last, like, 3-4 patches, so it's a good day to be Dark.
He's got this illusion rune now, but can't really do a whole lot with it. This is pretty unfortunate. He got a rune for free. There's literally 0 other heroes contesting the rune, but it's just an illusion rune, so it's not super easy for him to just TP to the side lane straight up and kill.
We are seeing Aaron tank a Chaos Bolt top lane, but the return will be a pump faked Rolling Thunder, then cancel as Radiant return hitting creeps. But bottom lane instead is KU running from an Exo Jakku Ice Path. It's perfect, but will Dire dive? No, they will not. BMTS has Fade Bolt. And actually, they have the creeps. The Courier spotted Bemtis, KU TP's the Fountain, now they dive for Keita. It's a medium range ball in by Dark from the jungle under a tier 1 tower. The kill goes to Dark as well, so now Metaverse regain the kill lead. They're damaging this bottom tier 1 tower, but as that's happening, top lane, Ascension is popped by Kobe. Aaron will roll in time though. Dark, SCP top lane, the ball, the right flank sees one more and he will get it! The shared kill comes out on Pangler, ending that roll. The Vortex is right on point into a Chaos Bolt, but it's a 3-man Bushwhack from Malefic. Now, Phoenix is forced to pop a stick. Metaverse will run away and not bring down that Night Stalker. But across the map, it's still fantastic for Metaverse. They kill Jakiro, they kill Pangolier, but now it's Booba Enthusiast looking for vengeance. Bushwhack on Rubik. Kong pop Phantasm, but he will let his support Rubik die. And now this top T1 tower, it might be fine for now.
Yeah, man, looks pretty fine. It's hard for Radiant to really do a whole lot of damage to it. The only way they kill towers is kind of over time, just slowly whittling them. They don't really have good tower hitters. They'll probably be an AC on Razor eventually, but for a long time, these heroes are going to be quite bad at taking towers. Jakiro, I guess, is alright, but this is it's like a slow hero that whittles down the tower over time. This is not some kind of go and insta-kill towers like Tiny or Death Prophet like on Dire. It dies though eventually, as I'm giving my whole monologue about how Radiant sucks at taking towers. They take the top tower.
I suppose eventually, if tower push is their concern, they can go, I don't know, like BKB Refresher and say Aghanim Scepter on Razor, and that Refresher, that would hit the towers very well.
That's, yeah. You don't really want to go Ags that early on Razor, in my experience, because the only really nice part's the fact that it hits towers. The extra units, like, cool, but the most important part is that it lets you end the game.
In the river during that, we saw Malefic get balled on from the Dire jungle by Dark. Dark wanted the rune, and despite he will not get the rune, he'll instead get a kill on a Hoodwink, which I think he actually might prefer the bottle charges than the kill on Hoodwink, but what can you do?
No, that's definitely not true. However, I do think he really wished he got that Invis rune. It's level 9. This I was going to point out that there was a point in this game where Aaron was 600 gold higher net worth than Sasquatch. He's very much struggling.
It's bad.
Yeah, generally you'd like to have your diffusal blade like now or like in a minute or 2 minutes, but he's praying that he could get a Blade of Alacrity at this point in time. Dire is setting up.
Yeah, they are tanking a sharpshooter and a swashbuckle on Phoenix, but now it's Aaron in the middle of 4 heroes. The Sunray damage, the Vortex stun. It will be enough. Actually, KU with the Plasmatil got the exchange for the Phoenix, but that's still a good trade. You get a core for supports. Sure, they're similar net worth as you mentioned, but I'm sure if you're Metaverse, you're still happy with that one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Aaron's still having a bad game, so I don't think that kill is probably less than it would normally mean killing a mid-Pango Lemons in the game. You're still pretty content with it if you're Dire, though. They do have some very nice mid-vision on Radiant. If you look at these 3 wards, they got this one, and this one. So they have like pretty much as much vision as you could hope for on the Radiant sort of mid lane. I mean, I say Radiant mid lane towards the mid lane area of the map. I would not be surprised to see them try to get some kind of kill into the tier 1 tower like they did last game. They don't have Lycan like they did last game, but they do have Exorcism, which might as well be the same thing.
All I have to do is wait for one hero to errantly walk, say, top lane or bot lane on the vision and say, hey, wait a minute. We have the numerical advantage. We can run a play. Dark will make a solo play on KU, but it's a Vortex into the link response from KU, so KU will force Dark to ball away, so there will be no kill in either direction. Instead, mid lane is Chaos Bolt on Kobe. The MTS is joining him. Both of the Dire heroes are silenced, and Dark wants to finish the kill. Kobe is dead, and now they move for more kills. It's KU and Keita. Vortex hits on Malefic. Malefic goes down. Keita drops as well. Supernova was committed. It did very little, but you know what? I'm sure it's still a very happy stage Metaverse. It is 3 for 0.
Yeah, I said I would like to see Dire try to find some kills around the mid tower, and then go kill someone there, and that's exactly what they did. I think this play was really good for them. I mean, they got this 3-4-0, So, I mean, of course, that's going to be good, but just converting this play into the mid-tier 1 tower. They're actually incredibly good at this. Like, Metaverse has been doing some questionable stuff overall. I think some of their like strategic game plans have been meh. I mean, some of their we see them make a couple of mistakes last game. Like Dirk just whiffed his first Sonic Wave, but throughout this entire season, they have actually been crazy good at setting up kills setting up kills into the mid-tier 1. Like the game that they had Jakiro, they also did it, and I mean it's easy because you have Jakiro, but even still, they did a really good job doing it. Kong is dead.
The big kill on Kong, and they almost certainly will get it. Phantasm is up, but he will not commit it. Aaron, with the Rolling Thunder, finds the Phoenix as well. Supernova remains on cooldown, and now Sapphire's life is on cooldown. Dark will look for a Vengeance kill on Jakiro. One more hit will do it. He donned his Ice Path with that Ball Lightning, so it is a 2-for-1 exchange. It's certainly in favor of Booba enthusiasts, though.
Yeah, definitely. That's a nice kill. I think I agree with Kong that I think Dire should be playing this kind of area. They can even probably like take a little bit of the Radiant jungle. Unfortunately, they have no vision right now, so this area is completely dark for them. And so they can't really play it in that sense because they'll just kind of die. Radiant can come in whenever they desire.
You go for the other side of the map instead. They smoke towards Radiant's tri-camp, perhaps looking for KU. He will show top lane. Dire will be aware that he's there, so they want an errant hero who's not there, perhaps. Or instead, they'll run top lane and try to run down the Razor, but Razor knows something is up. He's in the trees. He has a TP, though it's not used. Scan is used. They know he's up there somewhere, but the scan is off the map. But KU gets greedy. He walks into the scan. They know he's there somewhere. Jakku, his smoke is popped. Dive. They will not find KU. KU somehow, despite Dire knowing he's there, despite him hitting on the scan, they thought he was in these trees, or perhaps in these trees. He ended up walking in this direction to the left and got away.
That's kind of a big deal. That was good, just good game sense by KU. Yeah, Malphix, very dead.
They do get the kill on Hoodwink, but that's a lot of time committed for one support kill. I believe the network's lead for Metaverse going into that gank was 4K, and despite getting kills now 3K.
That was
Sasquatch too for it. His dive was canceled with a void from Kobe, so that's no way out there. They want the Rubik as well. Ice Path is on the mark, and in that 4v1, Bemtis has no hope of survival. So yeah, it's now 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Booba enthusiasts.
A little bit of, I don't know if all of those, if the rotation dodge and the I don't know if all of that was connected, but they played very well, and they made very good usage of Metaverse's positioning mistakes there, I'd say. And they're gonna get Kong again, seems.
They smoke for Kong, but the bushwhack was missed, but it appears not to matter. Sharpshooter will break the Chaos Knight. He'll attempt the reality of the ancient camp. That will not save him. Over to mid lane. Dark, Sasquatch, and Jakku wanted a kill, and they found the Razor. Now, both teams have lost their carry. The fight continued in the river. Exo is popped. Jakku is low. Can Jakku get a snipe off in time? No, he cannot. Jakku is just dead. Kobe is still free pathing as Aaron's role is still active. BMTS stole the role. He wants Jakiro. Ball in by Dark. Down goes Jakiro's Vertex now there on Pangolier. Shield Crash is once again used as Sasquatch dies on the north side to League of Legends. Kobe goes down to Pangolier and Hoodwink as now Rubik fights for his life in the 1v3. Shield Crash was stolen and used, but it's not enough damage. It is a full 5-man wipe in favor of the side of Booba enthusiast, and well, it was looking good for Metaverse. Keyword now is was.
Yeah. It's 5-for-1. That's not what you want to see if you're a Metaverse fan. However, they don't actually get a tower off this. Like we saw Dire get a lot more off of a much smaller fight victory. And Radiance, their heroes kind of really suck at killing towers. It's gonna take a while.
So we're back to farming then. I mean, it's a good day to farm, and I mean all the cores are doing it. So we're seeing Jakku run at KU.
This is crazy.
But that's
What is he doing?
A very bold play from Jakku. Jakku knows he has no backup. He's relying on Booba Enthusiast not knowing that fact.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't die for it or anything, but I feel like his time might have been better used elsewhere. He does actually clear this area out though, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's good that he kicks the Razor out. They're able to he gets his level 12 and they're able to clear out this top area. Radiant though, they're catching up on the net worth kind of, and especially Aaron. You get a couple kills on Pango, and all of a sudden he's back to being fine. He was second net worth for a little bit there, but I mean at least now he's caught up with the cores. He was 600 gold above the enemy position 5 at a point in this game.
That's initiation by Dark long ball on both Booba supports, and both Booba supports will perish. First the Hoodwink, then Jakiro. And they want more. They want Aaron in the tri-camp. They didn't know he was there. The MTS stole Ice Path, but Pangolier got away with that swashbuckle, so it will be no third kill on Core. It'll just be 2 kills, one being one being Jakiro, one being the Hoodwink.
Radiant's top tower
When you steal Ice Path, you're really strong. Like Dire's very strong now. They didn't really use any of their big ultimates. I mean, Phantasm's on cooldown, but that'll happen. You use that ability to farm. They have all their ults and Ice Path on Rubik stolen, so I think they will definitely be looking to make some kind of maneuver onto the enemy side of the map.
Do they have any smokes right now? They actually do. So they, if Radiant want to complain if there's area in the map, they can smoke up. Dire, though, do not have a smoke, so I guess the smokes have been expended. They made multiple smoke ganks earlier on, so that makes sense.
is under attack.
Dark has an Invis rune, but there's a lot of Radiant Sentry wards where he's walking, so this might be a little bit tenuous. He pops the Radiant Smoke, though. They think it's a hero. They're not there, though. Fantastic smoke break from Dark. That Ascension was popped by Kobe. It sees Jakku. But Jakku is somewhat tanky. He's being healed by the Sunray of Sasquatch. Sharpshooter from medium range misses. Now Ice Path misses as well. Everything's being missed. Roll is active looking for Jakku, but Jakku is still alive. Phantasm is activated looking for Pangolier. Ball in by Dark. Supernova is active. Can they kill the egg? Yes, they can. But Dire are still fighting with 3. Soul Roll is being used on 4. But BMTS dies to Eye of the Storm. Now Kong has re-engaged, but he's stunned by Malefic. Dark tries to save his carry, but he tanks an Ice Path. He is dead, and now Kong in the 1v4 finds a quick trip to the grave. It's another 5-man wipe, a 1 for 5 at that in exchange, in favor of the side of Booba Enthusiasts.
They missed all their spells in the DP, but afterwards they took that fight really well. I like their decision, just pop all their BKBs and hit the Phoenix egg. Yeah, they kind of need to do that, otherwise they wouldn't really have any way of killing it. Their heroes are pretty bad at it. Yeah. Yeah. They took the fight pretty well though. I'm pretty surprised because right before that I was saying how strong Dire is because they had Ice Path stolen all their abilities, but they still lose that 5-on-5. I mean, the Death Prophet didn't really get to play the game there, but I mean that happens sometimes, or rather, you can't have that happen if you want these fights to go well.
Oh god, I'm looking at this graph. The graph is not happy with Metaverse Esports. They were at a 0.62% chance to win off of the Gaben analytics. Now they are down to
62.
funny 62 for the other team, which is not an ideal swing. That's a 24% delta, which is not good.
Yeah. Their heroes actually scale better than Radiant's heroes, in my opinion. The CK has pretty good core matchups, except for the Pango, and then they got the Storm Spirit, which is overpowered late game with the 25 Talon Ag Scepter.
Malefic actually showed attacking a siege unit, I believe, or perhaps siege unit caught him with its attack. Regardless, that is a nice pickoff for the side of Metaverse. They needed that.
If you cast Acorn Shot, I'm pretty sure it reveals your hero because you're like technically hitting the unit.
Radiant's bottom tower
So I think he hit the acorn shot on that creep wave and got punished for it. Another farming phantasm.
Yeah, despite Metaverse getting the pick off its Booba enthusiasts who sieged, I should say more Keita on Jakiro sieged the top T2 tower. You mentioned it's a slow siege, and you know, if you're uncontested for a solid half minute on Jakiro, you can get half a T2 tower apparently.
Yeah, you know, gotta start somewhere. Gotta get the push going eventually. So just throwing liquid fires like once a minute.
Are scanning.
Your cores, they refuse to contribute. It's time to farm. You know what? I will push the tower myself. Peak gameplay. Sasquatch is forced to dive away from Booba enthusiasts, but Kobe of the Dark Ascension is chasing for Phoenix's life. Link, Void, Silence, Swashbuckle. That'll do it. Down goes Sasquatch. It is now the 21st kill of the game for the side of Booba enthusiasts, and they want one more. They see Jakku with the night vision.
He's a BKB.
Bushwhack, Sharpshooter, Swashbuckle, not even a chance with the BKB off. Now it is a pig pole from BMTS. He will steal Rolling Thunder, pop it immediately to survive, but KU wants the kill and he will get the kill, so 3 kills. The 2 important kills survive, Storm and Chaos Knight, but still, for Booba enthusiasts, what a huge gain right there.
Yeah, that is. They kind of got that without really having to do all that much. They did have to use a couple abilities, but they didn't have to use the Razor BKB. And I mean, they didn't actually have to go very far to get those kills. They were already positioned somewhat near the mid lane, and then they just use the Dark Ascension, clean up those 2 kills very easily, I'd say. Jakku is struggling this game. He really hasn't gotten a single fight where he's able to play the game. He always is kind of staying in front and ends up dying first. I think some other heroes have to body for him and stand in between him and the enemy team right now, because he's like a lot of damage right now, and he's slowly losing his timing.
And we saw one of the fights mid-game. He couldn't even get any siphons off, which is one of the big tools on DP to not die in the fights, so it's not getting any easier. Perhaps you might see a more like split up fights in which we see CK and Storm jumping different areas, but I don't know when Jakku's gonna be useful at this point in this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, he could be useful right now if the fight goes favorably for him. If he's able to BKB EXO, click some Spirit Siphons, he'll be good. He can.
Here's the chance. He's stunned by the Rolling Thunder. In come both teams' BKBs. Phantasm is popped. Malefic is dead. They want Kobe perhaps, but he's BKB still. BMTS with Soul Rush. He will not cancel TP of Aaron, but he's stunning Jakiro and the Razor. On the south side, Nightstalker went down. Dire pursue, bringing down Jakiro, but they want the big bad Razor. KU has BKB and TP. He does not want to use it though. Kong, Jakku, they're nearby but don't know the Razor is there. But regardless, for Metaverse Esports, that is a must-needed teamfight win they've achieved.
For sure, they're going for Roche now. This would be really big if they could get it. However, it's a little bit difficult. They don't have Exorcism. They don't have Phantasm. You'd really like to get on. I guess it's dying. It's pretty easy to tank. DK does a lot of damage.
It's fast enough. It's not the fastest.
They
in the
get
world, but
drums
it's fast
as well. I mean, yeah, it's way faster than the Rosen.
Well, it is
Dark gets
first
mages.
Aegis of Game 2 to Dark. And, well, it's a 2K net worth lead. Game 1 lasted 27 minutes, but at 27 minutes into game number 2, it's Metaverse in the lead.
Dark finds an Arcaner, and yeah, I think the momentum is definitely Dire's way right now. They feel stronger in this upcoming fight, and they're still scaling. They have a lot of items to go. Jakku is finally kind of getting back on his feet.
Speaking of Jakku, he's in danger. He's forced to BKB, and he is lifted away by Bemtis. Chaos Bolt.
Him
4
running in
second
this is
stun,
crazy.
actually, but there's no kill there.
And that's a Dark Ascension for your BKB. You should be pretty happy if you're a Death Prophet, I think. That trait is not really favorable for Radiant. Yeah, Decoy is like a piece of shit spell.
You are right. You are right.
It's so good, and I hate that it's good. It's like, oh my god, that spell is fucking annoying.
Is under attack.
We are seeing top tier 2 tower. It was no longer willing to be alive anymore, but now Dark wants to avenge this tier 2 tower. He balls in on Hoodwink. Malefic goes down. They want Aaron. Roll is stolen by BMTS. There's multiple rolling heroes, but instead Dire focus on Jakiro. Jakiro is the second death now on Booba Enthusiast. Kong goes in mid with that Shadow Blade. He wants the Pangolier, but that one is a bit futile. Regardless, it's just 2 more kills for Metaverse Esports. They've regained the kill lead, they take control of the Radiant side Tri-Camp, and they might even go for the stop tier 2 tower.
Yeah, these kills are not trivial. Dire's slowly getting to their timings. I think Radiant was still stronger in these fights for a little bit. I mean, not last fight. I think Dire was still stronger last fight. But I mean, Dire is like when they get this Axe on Storm, I think the fights are going to get a lot easier. As CK continues to get items, I think he'll be able to out carry the Radiant cores. And Dire had very good scaling cores as well. Phoenix is like traditionally, yeah, very greedy here. You don't really see it that much. You didn't see it really that much as position 5. Or if it was position 5, occasionally you'd see Phoenixes by like Midas's. You go back many a patches. They also have Rubik, which is a hero that scales really well because there are a lot of nice spells to steal this game. So, Radiant, I mean, they could outplay Dire in these later game team fights, but I do not think they're favored.
Radiant's top tower.
Right now, I mean, the map control, it's getting better and better for Metaverse. I mean, look at where they're standing. They have complete control of the Radiant Tri-Camp, and they have vision over the Dire Tri-Camp, so if at some point anyone locks into either, they'll know. And with the mobility on Storm, they have a lot of options to punish.
This ward's pretty nice to have, actually. I think it would be a little bit better to have it right here, but having this ward when you're having this Dire triangle ward when you're ahead like this and controlling the whole map is really nice, because Radiant's one play is to try to farm your side of the map. If you're staying on their side of the map, then they have to go to your side of the map, and so having these wards that can catch them is a really big deal, because if you're able to get a Razor kill who's farming your triangle, then that is your opportunity to go high ground. Oh, and
Long ball by Dark into said Radiant side Tri-Camp, finds Jakiro. Perhaps Jakiro wanted the D-Ward, and she got the D-Ward successfully, but it cost him his life. Squatch, though, he needs to be a little bit careful. He is forced to roll away, but Kong, he does not care that it on cooldown. He forces the BKB of the Pangolier. And now Aaron will walk away. Jakku has Exo on cooldown for 35 seconds. So Booba Enthusiast will leave.
okay, I mean, Dark had to use some mana there, but you're happy to get that kill still. Aegis is running out. You do have the Ags though. I think even after this Aegis runs out, I think Dire will still be stronger. Kong has not been getting it's because he bought the shard. Okay, I was gonna say Kong has been not really farming that much, but he's farming at an alright pace. He's farming as fast as he needs to.
Yeah, it is 38 seconds on Aegis. That one, it's gone soon. But you know, you mentioned they're stronger. I think they think they're stronger too. They have another ward in the Tri-Camp, a different ward, and they're ready to continue to be here. They just want to control both the Radiant Jungle and the Radiant Tri-Camp.
This is, yeah, they're setting up as Aegis runs out. This is some, yeah, this is I mean, they're still stronger. They're gonna try to go for a fight. They got this BKB and everything. Aghanim Scepter pull on Storm. It's they could very easily win a fight. Oh, Jakku's level 18 as well. That's kind of a big power spike having this level 3 EXO.
We were lamenting Jakku's rough game, but ever since we said that, he's having a good game.
Yes.
We have commentated or cursed Jakku in a good way.
You love to see it.
We do love to see it. You know what that means. We have a much higher likelihood of a game 3 for making Jakku play better.
You know, it's they still got a ways to go. I'm not like the game's still pretty hard for Dire to close out. It's they don't really have the best tower hitters. They're gonna have to dive Radiant and kill them and make them call GG pretty much. It's they are taking over the entirety of the map though. Like they have very good odds. They're definitely in a winning position.
But Booba Enthusiasts, they know that as well. They want to strike back. They scan their jungle. They're smoked as 4. KU shows mid. It's a hard kill. It's a BKB AC Razor. They're baiting him. Ventus leads the way. Bushwhack misses. Roll is active. Aaron stuns the Rubik. The both team pop their BKBs. Dark is in the ice path, but he's still alive for now. Half HP. Pops a BKB. Jakku and Ventus are dead, though. It's time for Metaverse to run. They've lost 2 heroes, and they might just lose Kong. Kong has Silver Edge in 3. He won't even live for 3. It's 3 kills now. And on the 4th kill, they bash Sasquatch. That's 4 kills for Booba enthusiasts. They knew their position was bad. What they have done is they have now changed their position. A 4-for-0 trade and perhaps the death of this dire side middle tier 2 tower.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. We're talking up how strong they were in fights. They just get 4-for-0 like that.
Ooh, Dark. Big play from Dark. He killed the wave.
That's good. I think they only would have been able to get the Tier 2 tower, I think, but he's keeping the Tier 2 tower alive a little longer. I was I was surprised you got that loud for Storm zip TPing.
I thought they were going to punish him. They had like 5 heroes nearby. They had supports just standing right there as he balls through them. I thought the roll. I thought the balls would end around where the midway is currently. I didn't think it would go that far. So in my defense, I just didn't know how mana works.
No, that's fair. I think he had the tail end of his arcane rune as well while he made that zip. So he had hit all the mana that he needed. Able to delay the game a little bit. I think Dark getting his 25 is really important for them to win fights. They're a little bit light on damage right now, just because Kong isn't the most farmed. I mean, Kong does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but I think having the burst damage of the storm overload attack bounces will be really important.
5-man smoke, they find Pangolier. Massive kill if they can land it, and they will. He has no buyback. Sure, it cost him a BKB from Jakku, but a very good exchange, without a doubt.
Yep, 100%. That's no buyback, as you said, on Aaron. I don't really think they're gonna try to go high ground with this. I mean, BKB's on cooldown. That's probably your main high ground tower hitter. This is like a very good opportunity for them to kind of control the map, though. This is what they needed to get another chance back into this game after that 4-for-0.
It's one of those things where their wave wasn't good top, so no tier 2 top. Roshan's still dead, and they already got the T2 mid and bot, so I guess let's just say it was the waves were better. Maybe that 70-second death on Pangolier means more, but alas, it's still a good kill, but it could have meant a lot more.
Yeah, I mean they're farming the entire map though, so they're a little bit happy about this. But yeah, I agree. I think that the waves were in a bad place when they made that play, so they couldn't actually get anything out of it, even if they wanted to try to force it.
Well, we have Roshan back. Actually, it's a relatively short respawn window. Dark balls into the shot camp with the diving of Sasquatch, but Kobe blinked away in time on the Night Stalker, so instead will be Metaverse Esports focusing on Roshan, perhaps, or perhaps not. They know it's alive, but they don't want to go into his pit right yet. I don't know where they are. They're splitting up. They're looking for multiple options. Jakku finds Kate as Dark falls in. It's a 2-man vortex, so the Supernova. They want Night Stalker and they want Razor. They get both, it appears, and they will get both. Look at Keita as well. Keita has fought back, but it's time to run for Booba enthusiasts. Malefic is in the trees. I believe he gets away. But that is 3 heroes dead, 2 cores with no buyback, a 3rd support who was forced to use his buyback, and well,
A gem?
wait, did the gem go down?
Yeah, there's a gem on the ground here.
Wait, where is it?
I'm really enjoying drawing.
Where's the gem?
Yeah, Sasquatch just picked it up.
Okay. I was struggling to find the gem, but luckily Sasquatch found the gem.
Dark got the shard. I like that he did this. I think the shard's underrated even when you don't have the 25 talent. It's a surprising amount of damage early on. And just the attack speed that you give your teammates is really nice as well. It's 40 attack speed for 3 hits, which is like pretty solid still, especially for a hero like CK that doesn't really hit the fastest.
Honestly, I forgot that was Storm Shard. I was so confused for a second.
Yeah, the electric rave.
You're right. The electric rave.
Wait, that's not what it is anymore. It's just the overload upgrade.
It's electric rave in my heart.
Why did they even do? I guess they just tried to simplify it. Cause yeah, I guess they just tried to simplify things, which makes sense, kind of.
What
Game's
is
looking good for Dire, though.
BMTS doing bottom? Whatever he's
catch.
doing, it's good. It's fine, Jakiro. The stolen plasma field gave the vision. Naz, Ice Pack, and Splashbuckle onto Macropire is on the floor. Both supports will be forced to use their Yules, but Kaitha going down. Now Aaron. He's used his BKB. He's TPing. Is it in time? It is. Pretty safe TP, actually. Instead of it being a 1-for-1 exchange, Jakiro for Rubik. And actually, that's not bad at all. They had this massive team fight win. They got the Roshan, but these towers are still fine, so I suppose you burn a bit of time on that Aegis. Once Bentis is back, it will be a bit under 3 minutes for the Storm Aegis, so it's not that bad anymore.
Yeah, you're happy about that if you're Raiden. It's just you're delaying a little bit of time. Trading 1-for-1 when you're behind, generally good. They still do have Aegis for a good 3 minutes once all these heroes respawn, though, and might finally be time for Dire to try to take a decisive fight. The Storm is not 25 though. Actually, I would like to see them just kind of try to run around and kill heroes until he gets 25. I think that makes a really big deal. This talent increases your damage like tenfold. It's actually crazy. But they are just going
the
straight
double
higher.
overall attack balance. It's
Yes,
powerful.
yeah, that's definitely one way to describe it.
Powerful, actually, probably an understatement. One can call it even overbearing. I mean, it's doubling. How often do you double something?
It's true.
Speaking of things that are happening, the double damage of last patch Exo kills the middle T3 tower. To roll from Aaron, something on the 2. Kobe blinks in looking for Jakku, but Jakku can be out there in time. Supernova is activated. Aaron is trying to hit the egg. The egg is still fine. Dark is balling to protect Saskia. Saskia will get stalled off there out of 4 heroes. Oh my! Aaron is stunned, but Dark is in. But he has the Aegis. Aaron drops, buys back. Dark will lose the Aegis, but Kobe is so incredibly low. He's forced to go to the fountain. Bushwhack will hit on DP. But Metaverse are still as 5. BMTS will lift DP away from the Radiant side high ground, and actually, with the Aegis lost and the buyback used by Aaron, Metaverse Esports will say, you know what, we've won the fight, but we're not going to make our risks. We know if we lose this game, our tournament lives are over. And they will play it safe.
Yeah, they get the Pango buyback, and I guess they're content with that. That is not what they wanted out of that team fight, I think, though. That was the fight that they're hoping to actually kind of break the base, and now they have to wait a little bit for their cooldowns to come back up. They played that really well, though. I like that. Kong protected his egg. The Pango BKB and hit it, and then he pulled the Pango away with his 20 talent. Really fierce to spell him in.
That's a big deal. I mean, we saw it was a 4-man Supernova stun. If that was not there, then perhaps Booba enthusiasts can leave their base, do a bit of chasing, and instead they don't. They literally cannot.
And Dire is continuing to amass their lead. Dark has the 25 talent now, so he can go 1v9. But, yeah. As long as Dire takes this game slow, I think they'll have very good chances. I think they should continue to go run around the map and chase Radiant. Like, catching these heroes is a super big deal, and getting these sideline kills is really nice. Like, this is illegal as hell what KU is doing.
And he has been perhaps punished by the law, though it will be a mere misdemeanor, a loss of BKB and a loss of farm time. No
Dark
jail time.
Ascension. That's true.
Ascension as well. That's a lot of stuff used.
His friend got convicted for him. It's very unfortunate.
This KU is ratted out.
Fucked up legal
Stalker as
system
an
we live in.
accomplish. As an accomplice, I should say. Jakku, he blinks in like a madman, but he's saved by BMTS. Kong is in, popping the Aeon Disc of the Hoodwink. Supernova will zone Booba enthusiasts as Kong and Jakku hit the melee barracks. Melee down, ranged, likely to fall as well. It's a full set mid for the side of Metaverse Esports, and they have their eyes on 2 sets of racks. Gleipnir hits on 2, but Kong with the illusions, and Jakku with the Exo remain strong. Illusions expire in 2 seconds. Exo has already ended, and perhaps it's time to go. The decoy of Malefic leads the way, and Metaverse, you know what? Decoy, too powerful, too annoying, we're gonna run away. We're not getting stunned here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really big deal. They finally broke the base. That's their first frax. Mid racks isn't the best. I think generally you want to get side lane racks. They're more valuable. Oh yeah, because like when you play, because mid lane is like very close. Generally, when you're trying to run out on the map, you're trying to push the megas wave in because that's the wave that's going to be pushing into you the most. And so it's very natural to go through the just kill the mid lane creep wave. So it's nice that they got the tier 3 tower as well, and they didn't lose anything. None of their heroes died throughout the entire siege.
It's a rarity you see when you see that few heroes die on both sides. I mean, actually, no one died on both sides, did they?
Kong should deny his Aghanim shard, by the way. That's in his backpack. This is just like fake net worth. I think this is kind of bad. He would like this would greatly reduce his buyback cost if he just dropped it on the ground and A-clicked it.
How'd that get there?
It's from Roshan, but all 5 of the dire heroes have shard.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
What can you do?
I'm assuming you could not consume 2 shards for no effect.
Yeah, you can't sell it either. I've heard.
This is the remainder of the normal ones. We're seeing a ball on Aaron. He's silenced by Jakku. Will be forced to BKB and perhaps roll away. But he's stunned by Kong. Never mind, no, he's not stunned. Only rifted in by the reality rift. Aaron will roll into TP. He'll get away. So it was a little bit of an exchange from both teams, but I'm sure if your Metaverse don't the rolls on cooldown for a full minute, that is perhaps a T2 top lane, but with the smoke from Booba enthusiasts, it's more fights ahead of us. Aaron is showing the remainder of Team Sit's high grounds. And they have scanned Dire successfully in the Roshan pit, though it's not alive quite yet. They see Jakku, they want Jakku, but Jakku blinks away in time! What a good blink from Jakku. With that Trickster's Cloak, he'll be fine.
Jakku's incredibly tanky right now. He's got the Trickster's Cloak evasion, magic resistance, the BKB, all these spirit siphons, 3.6k HP because he has a Reaver and the health talent. It's not trivial to bring him down. The only thing that I think he really needs right now is armor to withstand the Razor. But I mean, just look at the numbers, you know. He's buying overwhelming blink. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if I can condone this item build, but he's very tempting.
Jakku is Abyssal Bladed by Air, but it's played by BMTS. Both teams will BKB. Roll is once again up, something on 2 heroes, Phoenix and CK. Phoenix is low and Phoenix is dead. But vengeance is afoot. They want the Razor. They will find the Razor. They move to Night Stalker, who is slowed and brought down. Hex will be there on Pangolier. Pangolier drops. All 3 cores are dead. Keita will not get his TP off in time. He was lifted by BMTS and found by Jakku. Jakuro has brought back into the fight. Night Stalker can buy back into the fight, but you know who could not? Razor and Pangolier, the 2 highest net worth cores on the side of Booba enthusiasts, and people have been saying it for the last 40 minutes. They will be headed to game number 3, and now at long last, I think we will be headed to game number 3.
Yeah, same. Dark has been getting incredibly lucky on the runes, I might add. It's he's gotten so many arcanes. I think I've seen him have arcane runes in like 5 different engagements, and then he just uses all his mana in that fight and then finds a regen at the end of it and can come back. This
They find Jakuro. That certainly will be a dieback, and yeah, I mean, they haven't called the GG yet. You said they have to earn it, and well, they are. There it is. There's the GG.
Well played.
The dieback on Jakuro is what did it, apparently, and that. It's game 3 time, baby. Let's go.
Look at the net worth. Oh my god, they like. I think Dire played this game pretty well, for the most part. They kind of. They had botched like 1 or 2 fights, but for the most part, the way that they kind of like slowly built their lead up over time was really high skill, I think. And Dark had a really standout game as well, where he went 18-2. Sometimes you just manifest the game into giving you arcane and regen runes.
You know, Logical, it's like Dota 2 want us to have. Gaben himself reached down from the offices in Bellevue, Seattle, Washington, and said, let there be a game 3. He wanted Dark to win that game with the runes. This is a foretold game 3, and I for one, am immensely excited.
Yeah, I mean, he earned it. Look at the 10-minute net worth here. He's 1,500 gold above the Panga at minute 10. Dark has been 5k net worth minute 10 both of these games.
It's just Dark. The prodigal son of North American Dota 2. Wrong words to be used, but he's been owning tonight, I can tell you that much.
Agreed, all around.
I'm in the zone right now. I'm in the zone with Logical.
It has seemed like Aaron has been a little has felt unfamiliar on these heroes these past two games. Like this Puck and Pango. I mean, it's not like he's bad at these heroes. I'm sure he's played them before, but it did not feel like he was really like doing all the things that you see normally for. Yeah, he wasn't. It didn't really seem like he was. It didn't look like how we're used to seeing these heroes normally. I think the Puck game. I mean, Puck game. I don't think his build was phenomenal, but didn't matter. They won that game very quickly, and then this game as well. He just struggled during the laning phase and got significantly delayed diffusal blade. Minute 15. No corrosion as well. That's pretty surprising. I think Orb Corrosion's core item on this hero.
While the viewers are here, between game 2 and game 3, I say at the end of this game, but while we have peak viewership, it's a good time to say it. If you want to get me and Logical for your pro tournaments, anyone looking for upgrades to their DPC casters or for their other pro tournaments, we're available. Hire us. Pay us money. We'll cast your games. We'll do a good job, I assure you. Contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BetterDota2 or Discord. Badger number 5713. Please, for the love of God, hire us. You viewers will thank you. I will thank you. My mom will thank you. It'll be great.
Yes, definitely. Andy Bendy fan Badger, can I come panel draft?
I will give him 12 minutes.
What? I mean,
He could be here for 12 minutes exactly. I'll set a timer. Hello, Jim. How are you tonight?
Hi. Mike asked if you could also draft panel, but I don't mean to peer pressure you guys.
HC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. I like HC.
Pog.
Gee, I love me some Mike. I haven't talked to Mike in a long time. You guys are both going to have to leave, by the way, but I'll give you guys 12 minutes. Means I can go get some air and some water after this very exciting game 2, but
Mike, you gotta join the lobby. It's
What's
called
the password?
Oh wait, I shouldn't say it a lot. Well, I mean, I'm sure people already know, but
That's pretty
I'll type
obvious.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Game one,
this.
it was typed in the lobby
it was
chat.
literally typed in the lobby
Okay.
chat for like 20 something viewers.
I'm trying to be professional, bro.
Oh,
Come
it's the same
good.
as before.
on. How are you doing, Logical?
I'm doing pretty good. How
That's
about
good.
yourself?
Good.
Good. Have you guys been watching the series?
I just caught game 2.
Yeah,
Like the
exactly.
latter portion of it.
I saw
I didn't even know there was a live series. No one told me.
the beginning and the end of first game as well.
Mhm. They got game one ended very abruptly. The
See.
Tiny
Yeah.
Wisp just kind of hit the
Yeah.
build. Like it was back and forth a little bit, and then Tiny got like his third item, and they just ran down mid and the game ended.
I felt like the first game, the draft was pretty hard for the Dire team. That Earth Spirit had to like do so well for them to have any game. Otherwise, it's just really hard for them to catch and like take fights.
Yeah, agreed. I think their
Uh,
their lineup was definitely janky last game.
Yeah, like once the
I just
clock
hope
got
there's
caught, it was just over.
I just hope there's no Grimstroke.
What do you have against Grimstroke?
I
Yeah,
don't like the hero, and I got forced to play it today. So I'm hoping by proxy there will be no Grimstroke.
Your series was 2-1. I didn't. I only got to watch a little bit of it.
Yeah, we were kind of I don't know. We got a little too confident after game 1, and then after we lost game 2, it was a bit of mental defeat.
Mm.
I mean, I think uh
This is the Midas Radiance
not
Wraith thing. I remember
not in
seeing
like a
this.
necessarily like a bad way, but I think the players aren't like the most invested in like the remainder of the season because they didn't like after how their season started, you know.
Yeah, how it goes. I'm aware of that the phenomenon.
Yeah, I could see why.
You have something to say?
I mean, it just makes sense given what given the inside. Well, I don't know what's insider info and what's not insider info.
I don't know
Possible
which
to
one
tell
you're referring to.
sometimes.
Well, I'm just referring to your position.
Yes.
Yes.
Dog and I have been causing a lot of drama, Badger.
That's right.
Badger, I think Avo must watch your stream sometimes.
Who?
Avo Plus.
Avo. Yeah, he does.
Because he commented that I was casting games on your he commented that I was casting like lads games, like during like a pause apparently. Like Sauce told me that when I had to go pause, they were talking about how I like in the NA scene there's more people like who interact with their community and how like I was just it was a surprise. I didn't know he'd be watching your channel.
He does follow me on Twitter, so you could have seen. Like I do my my ads on Twitch, like live in 15 minutes. Booba enthusiasts play pig trotters. Can't be casted by you, obviously, but casted with former, current DPC gamer Rook, aka Jim, aka Salacious C
Check out that.
Lion 62. You might have seen.
I
that.
was just very surprised he had that info. I was like, bro, it's like does Avaplus know literally every single Dota? He knew about MD2. Actually, he like, dude, like this guy's like he knows everything about the Dota 2 scene. It's kind of wild. Like, honestly, I'm always so impressed with like the insane amount of knowledge Avo has on the Dota scene. It's actually like absurd. It is like the craziest thing ever. Like that guy must love Dota more than like anyone else because he knows about like everything. He knows about every small like league and tournament that happens. Like he's on a different level, bro.
I think he's casting like 4 different regions for DPC: SA, NA. I think Div 2 NA, Div 1 SA, Div 2. He was supposed to cast CIS, and then he didn't end up doing that because of the suspension. And then I think he's casting like Div 2 EU as well. Yeah.
He deserves to cast a major. He seems to know about literally like every tournament result that occurs, like in any region he's covering. I'm talking like he knows about like the tier 3 tournament results. Like and he knows about he knows about the amateur scenes that exist even below like the tier 3 like it's actually like crazy, bro. It's actually wild, man.
Who is not
Props to him.
connected right now?
Keeping up with the LD2L results.
Dude, if he was, that would be so based.
Who is not connected?
Oh no, what happened?
Couldn't tell.
They couldn't make it into the lobby. Somebody didn't make it in the lobby. I don't know who it was, but it's. I'm just gonna blame.
I mean, I can leave the lobby and just watch live one of your streams.
I'm just gonna press the button again.
It was Mike, I bet. This BMTS
I think Mike was good. I looked at the I'm used to this, right? I'm used to.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
And,
Yeah, I have your stream on at the same time, so maybe that's why. I'll take
It's
that.
time for me to grab some water. I'll be right back.
okay. Some first phase bans. First phase of the draft, so is the most interesting.
What have they been banning first phase?
Tide Wisp is what they banned game 2. They've banned Tide every game on Metaverse, and then Booba enthusiasts have banned Sand King Chen both games.
Okay, that makes
They
sense.
banned Sand King Chen.
Sasquatch.
Oh, the Sasquatch Chen.
Yeah, and Jakku's been doing well.
Sand King's a good hero.
Sand King is really good. I said game 1 when the hero was first banned. Some people think that the hero is the best in the game. Some people.
I think that I think one reason why Sand King's OP in like lads is that like Sand King can only really be like effectively like punished in lane like by certain heroes and also like at very specific points in the lane and like it's really hard to like it's usually really high skill to like shut a Sand King down in lane, you know what I mean? Like the Sand King side is way easier like and to shut down Sand King usually you have to have a really like intimate understanding of like exactly how to bully him like level 1 and 2 and then like you have to understand like you have to like be paying attention to like Sandstorm and Q cooldown. There's just like it's kind of complicated to like it's just harder. It's harder than punishing other heroes that like might have a bad lane matchup. If that makes sense. I don't know if you agree with that, dog.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I mean, Sand King's very low execution.
I wasn't trying to say that. Okay, wow, bro.
Yeah,
Not all Sand King players in chat.
Yeah, I mean, your hero's low skill Sand King players. What can I say?
Nah, that's true actually, bro. Sand King's so easy.
every
time I play offlane and I pick that hero, I win. And I'm so bad at offlane.
I think that Metaverse picks Sand King here. Oh, okay, they pick DP. Is Booba Enthusiast gonna take Sand King? Yeah, okay.
Hoodwink.
I hope they take Pugna. I think Pugna is like the super ultra counter to Sand King.
If they play, I mean, they should play. If they can't play Pugna, they should just put it pause 5 and tell them to never even cast W and just to only use
played
QER.
it pause 5 game 1, and they picked it the past 2 series as well.
Okay,
but they lost
win.
game 1.
They win. No, it's fine. They like in this case they win.
Yeah,
it's so good here.
Yeah, that hero is crazy.
Yeah, that hero is disgusting.
The
I
war
saw
of
I
it.
saw its win rate on from Pause 5 and Dota 2 Pro Tracker, and I actually couldn't believe it. I hate
What
playing
is
it,
it?
so I'll never play. It was like, I think a few days ago, it was like 54% or something.
Wow, that's crazy. Why do you think it's so good as that
Um,
position?
I think it's really good because his Pugna as like a base hero like is
Mhm.
OP. Like
Yes. The
Pugna has
intangibles
335 move speed. He has like as a pause 5, like he has insane stats for trading. He
or
has an insane
armor.
nuke. Uh
I guess you just
yeah.
kite whatever the poor position and
You're just trading is so strong. Every part of it. Like you can chase
yeah,
people down, you can kite them. You have a great nuke. You can secure range creep. Uh like you're really fat. Like your move speed actually matters a lot for getting pulls off as like a position 5 hero. So having 335 and being a lane bully like makes it so easy to control pulls.
understood.
Um
So, what are your thoughts on the picks so far, though, Jim?
um I think they both look good. I think the Ember hero already looks a little sussy though. Like they already have two heroes. Like they have one hero
Yeah,
with a really good stun against Ember,
and
and
another
they have
follow up.
another. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say the same thing exactly, and it seems quite early in the pick, so it can get punished
I
pretty
mean, the thing
well.
is though, like if you're good enough at Ember, like you can kind of play it into most games. Like assuming your opponents aren't like I don't know,
That
like
much better than
Division
you.
1 players. But
Yeah.
I still wouldn't really want to play Ember here. I don't know. Maybe Dog is a different take, or he.
Yeah, same. I mentioned earlier in the draft that, or earlier in the cast that, I think Metaverse didn't make that good use of the 8 pick game one. They've actually had first pick every single game, by the way. That's
That's interesting.
they picked it game one and then they got given it game two and then I didn't really see what happened this game, but they're
Gotcha.
first pick again. And yeah, I think Ember like isn't the best on this 8 pick. It's like kind of weird. I feel like if
Usually, you
you have
want to take like a pause one that you really want to protect, or you want to take
yeah
like a coddle combo. Like usually, if you're first pick and you play coddle, like you could just take like coddle, and then you could take like whatever spirit or pango looks best. If you like, assuming you like play the whole pool, right?
agreed.
I mean the other one is like you take like DP, and then you pick like a strong core like Medusa, or I don't know if you're EG, you'll play like DP Medusa, you know, or sorry DP Terrorblade, you know.
Yeah,
Um, DP Ember. I mean, DP is a good reason to take first pick. Especially because it looks like they know the enemy team doesn't play Coddle. Uh, but DP Ember, I don't know if that's a. I don't know about that either. I'm kind of in agreement with Dog God.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just lacking proper disables. Like people can still use themselves in BKB and such.
And they're gonna have a lot of picks against this Ember. Like it's gonna be so easy to control him.
Yeah.
You know, I think that Disruptor's not really that good of a hero anymore. But like this looks like a good Disruptor game.
For Radiant,
Um,
right?
yeah, Treant could be good here. Good root. Also good against the tower push. What else is still in the pool? Pugna. Pugna could be good for them too as well. Oh, Bane.
Well, I don't think they. I think they need to get something to cancel Bane Grip.
I don't like Bane as much into DP support. It's
the
really it can be
silence is pretty easy.
the silence is
That's
really
true.
like strong. I think it's the DP core it's good because you can just go for the DP every time they ult, right? Like
Yeah.
but against like DP5, like you don't really want to grip the pause 5 even if like they have EXO, and it also is hard because the DP5 is going to play to like the DP5 can just hide until you click your spell, or like they can pop EXO, hide, wait for you to grip a core, and then just go and W. I mean, all this is in theory though, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, especially since DP support's probably much easier to burst from
Yeah,
any
exactly.
damage. So we'll see. I think Dyer probably should do well to just draft some more stuns to make the game easier to play.
Agreed. Run back the Rubik from last game. I think BMTS looked a lot better on Rubik than he did on Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
CK as well.
I think drafting those like melee engagers that are like I think drafting like melee engagers that can go wrong is always you're going down a risky road.
You mean CK?
Um,
Oh, or
no,
Earth Spirit.
I was thinking like Earth Spirit,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
Tusk,
Earth Spirit's so
Earth
like
Shaker. I mean Earth Shake, Clockwork. Well, Clockwork's kind of different than others, I guess. Clockwork's kind of a weird hero.
Clockwork is lower.
Because Clockwork like kind of plays
It's
around
skill floor.
because like Clockwork can just literally never cast ulti except for when Bane is casting R, right? Like you could just play it that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So do you know if this is CK3 or one, like, or is
It's
this a flex?
carry. I mean,
100%.
Most
it's
likely
like
carry, but
I
yeah,
was gonna
probably
say
the
that
best.
it's
Rubik's CK
technically
is a pretty nasty lane. Like that's a
CK plus
strong level
anything.
2 lane. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like CK
CK plus
plus.
courier is a pretty strong
Well,
lane.
Okay, come on.
last game they had the Phoenix, so it wasn't as good. But
Yeah, like see, come on, CK Phoenix was a lot weaker than CK Rubik. All right, let's be fair here, dog. Come on, all right.
It's
yeah,
probably going to be CK DP. I don't think the CK and the Rubik are gonna. Oh, I see.
CK.
That's what
CK
you're
DP
saying.
is still pretty strong with the suck
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the
CK DP is really
pullback.
good at trading because
Yeah.
even like also CK kind of enables DP sock like or siphon, I guess they call it. Um, what can we? Ooh, you see what's you know it looks pretty good for here for rating here. Wraith King looks pretty good.
For Radiant, you said?
Yeah, but now they picked Invoker.
Yeah.
I
I like this pick.
think it's
Yeah.
fine.
I think it's
Uh,
easy. Aaron has low key been getting worked mid every game. Actually, it's like high key. He's been getting worked mid every game. So I think
Oh,
this
okay, okay. So
this
so
matchup
like
is good. It's
yeah,
very yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's the
Isn't it
Invoker's
really
favorite,
easy?
right?
Like
It's
the
I mean it's
Because Tornado
probably
purges shield.
yeah. It's pretty even. I think
I think
because
it's even, but
Ember
it's really
flanked it.
easy on the Invoker side.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
That's
and the
fair.
Invoker can never really get like really truly like messed up. I mean, maybe if you're my Invoker, you could, but like an actual Invoker player, no, you'll be fine. Um,
And definitely Blast will be really valuable against CK illusions later. So
yeah. I
I
mean,
like that
honestly,
too.
all of like Invoker is kind of this hero where until CK has BKB, it's so annoying for CK. But when the
Yeah.
moment CK has BKB, he's so good at killing Invoker. So
Oh, because he
kind of
can
goes
burst
back and
Invoker
forth.
in like a second.
Yeah, it's so easy.
So-
Like
Actually, just thinking about that, they pick CK into the Sand King. Isn't that very difficult?
um no, I think it's not really like the same as other illusion heroes because CK isn't really like he doesn't really care about his illusions as much. And on top of that, like CK can honestly one shot Sand King like at every point of the game. You know, like
Hmm.
usually Sand King versus illusion heroes goes one way, where the entire game Sand King can jump on you and kill you until you have like 2.5 items, right? And like the carry can never do that. The Sand King can always disengage. With CK, it's kind of like they can both like one shot each other like for the first like 15 to 20 minutes of the game.
I see.
But
Okay.
also CK is really good at showing that hero out in lane. But against Hoodwink, it can be kind of hard.
Anti-mage band.
Although I don't know, maybe the dog is. What are your thoughts on this CK and the Sand King thing, dog?
Yeah, I think you like picking CK into Sand King. I think it's pretty good for CK overall. Like lane is really miserable if you're just spam sentries, which I mean you should be doing against Sand King.
Okay.
All it takes though is one time where you click Q on CK and then he has Sandstorm and you don't have a sentry, and like all it takes is like one or two times, and then like your support didn't bring enough mangoes, and then like the lane becomes totally neutral and Sand King favored. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so what I heard you just say is that if Dire fucks up 2 times in a row the same way, then the lane becomes even.
Yeah, but like that's a really easy way to mess up. Okay, let's not pretend like people are always buying the perfect number of sentries to deward each other and always have the proper number of okay,
CK
let's not act like this is some far fetched way of making a mistake. All
CK
right.
lanes are very easy to play. The stun is a
The
bullshit
CK
spell at
lanes
level 1.
are, but I'm saying invisibility's OP in like invisibility's OP too. No?
Yeah.
Alright.
What do you guys think Dire is still missing in terms of their draft?
An offlane hero. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think they're picking a Fi or something.
Oh, I think
No,
they should pick an
it's an offlane.
offlane.
Yeah, it's offlane
I
hero.
think
Or
they need another
more
jumper.
initiation? Okay, yeah. That's what
Mars
I was
is
thinking.
good.
Yeah. They picked Doom like the entire tournament. I feel like they might pick Doom here.
Okay. Doom's not as good. Mars is good.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
They picked
CK3.
a
It's
carry, so
CK3.
it's a
let's see here. They
CK3.
carry Ember.
Carry Ember? Oh!
Yeah.
Dude, this kind of looks like
Oh!
this looks like a Naka TA. Okay, I mean, this looks like an insane TA game when she has BKB. But until then, this is like an awful TA game. You know what I mean?
Why do you say that?
Because they literally every single hero on the enemy team can break like the thing so easily, except for Bane. I mean, even kind of Bane. Like Hoodwink W instantly shreds refraction. Sand King instantly shreds refraction. the invoker like spells like the meteor instantly shut like if this TA doesn't have BKB, she's gonna get locked down and controlled so easily. Dire has 0 save heroes, and like
They have
they,
Rubik.
that doesn't like the Rubik's not gonna have the shard of 15 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking about before TA has a BKB, right? Like I'm saying after
Yeah.
this, once this TA has a BKB and her only concern is Bane Grip, like she's gonna completely shred every single one of these heroes within like 1.5 seconds of touching them. But
This
until
is a
then,
really good pick, I think. It's
ooh.
I like Dire's draft a lot.
I think this Monkey King doesn't really. I don't really get it. I'm kind of
Well, maybe they were just out of choices. There were a lot of carry bans,
yeah.
and Monkey all is
I mean,
decent against
it's good at
DK, I guess,
leading
right?
into Chaos Knight
Yeah.
because you can dodge the stun damage and you can just like man up and fight him. So that's fair. Um, I think if this TA like doesn't really get bullied and gets like Dragonlance like blink BKB fast or whatever she goes and gets a BKB, like they'll probably just win the game because she'll one shot every single hero. But if this TA gets like a late BKB and gets punished a bit, um, then the game will be a lot closer.
From my draft panelists, Mike, Jim, any final verdicts?
I just hope that both teams have a good time.
Whose draft do you
I
think
ho-
is better?
whose draft do I think is better? I mean,
I actually
I'd
like.
rather play Radiant. Radiant
Yeah, I
has
like
more
Radiance.
stuns.
Radiance much seems much easier
But
to
Radiance
play.
is way harder to play because all the Dire has to do is let their 2 cores hit
You think
creeps.
so?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because
agreed.
like I think in like let's say these are both Division 1 teams. I think that Radiant's game would be so much. Wait, which one's Radiant has the Sand King Invoker, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think if this was a Division 1 game in any region, I'd highly favor Radiant, or I'd like favor them 65-35. But I think in a lads game, I'd favor Dire because it's so easy to just farm on both your cores. Like it's so like this Sand King Invoker and like the 2 supports need to constantly be running around like punishing the fact that they have 3 carries effectively, right? And minimal disables.
Oh, I
But
see what you're saying.
that's
What I
yeah.
meant to say was that I thought the Radiance fights are much easier to execute.
Right.
Um
Thank you for
yeah.
coming on, Jim and Mike. Any final words to say to people?
Yeah, I hope that both teams have fun. I hope that Dog has fun. I hope that Badger has fun, and I know that Mike will have fun because we'll go back to the same Discord after this.
Yeah, I'm just cheering for Dire. I hope they win well.
All right, thanks for coming on,
I
boys.
love everyone. You guys are all of the viewers are great. Please subscribe to Badger. All right, thank you.
Thank you for showing my
All right, good
stream.
night.
Thanks for taking my voice. Have a great night, guys.
Peace.
Okay. Just booted them from the group, but we are back. It is Badger and Logical again for game number 3. I'm excited.
You said literally nothing during the draft. You got anything to say
Purposeful.
about
It was
this?
purposeful. I was
I'm
saving my
aware. I'm aware.
voice.
Oh, I see. I see.
I was literally gone for half of it. And I was like, you know what? I got 3 people here that are not named me. I'm good. I got
Yeah,
Logical holding down the fort.
there was talking the entire time. Don't worry.
I knew that. I trusted in. I've casted with everybody involved. Obviously, more with you than with Mike and Jim, but I have at least some experience with Mike and Jim casting, so they know what I expect. No dead air. No getting me banned on Twitch.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy.
No ethnic slurs, please. The usual
Wouldn't
things.
expect that one out of this too.
Yeah, definitely not Mike.
Oh, what orb is he gonna get on Invoker?
Well, he is not skilled orb.
I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna get the blue. Yeah. Okay, he got the pink. Yeah, same
Pink
idea.
orb. Okay.
It's the same idea pretty much. Yeah, what's it called? I like Darius draft overall though. I think this mid lane's gonna go quite well for Dark, and then I think that their game plan's gonna be very easy. They're just gonna chains and CK stun heroes for TA to hit. And I don't think they have the best answers to TA, especially once she gets her BKB. They've got grip, but it's really easy to cancel. So I like Darius draft overall.
Let's see here. I'm actually really excited to see how this bottom lane goes. These monkey lanes can feel very volatile, so I'm interested to see exactly what ends up happening here.
I agree. I think this lane's probably. Actually, I think the top lane's more interesting, but I think a lot of stuff can happen in this bottom lane. There are a lot of heroes that can kill very easily. This CK plus anything is a kill lane. Solo CK is a kill lane. So Dire has potential, and then Radiant just have some very strong trading heroes. They got a combined 12 armor at level 1, and then they do a good bit of damage. Radiant's lane's pretty strong.
Huh, I didn't know Bane had 5 armor. I knew Monkey
That hero
King had a
is a
ton of armor,
menace.
but he has 5 armor.
Bane's got 22 starting edge.
Despite 5 armor, they try to kill him. BMTS will end up lifting KU in the air just to ensure that the Jakku doesn't die there. And, well, 5 armor or not, Kate is still very low right now. He forces us out very soon. He doesn't even want to salve actually because his courier's dead. He doesn't want to salve. He's just he's chilling. He's having a good time.
Yeah, and this is pretty good for Dire overall. He's gonna get this pull on VMTS now, and it's gonna be extremely hard to contest because they're all low HP. Oh, Jakku's getting hit, but he's chilling. It's good stuff.
Damaged but unbroken until he'll be fine. No Jingu pops for KU, and as a result, everything's a-okay. Not quite sure where BMT... Okay, he's stacking right now. Is he going for the double stack? Let's find out.
Yeah, definitely.
We are on stack watch.
He's gonna
Huge
nuke the
stack.
creep. Okay, no, he can't. Never mind.
Hard stack. Double stack. Ill's good. Oh, and he will get it. Huge stacks from BMTS.
Where's he going? Okay, he's walking back to base. I see. That's interesting. I am not a fan of this, but I think overall it'll be fine. However, I think this is a lot of time that he's away from the lane, and I think this Dire lane is very exact. I don't think he can afford to be away from bottom for this long. Jakku is up fighting game though, I'm sure.
We see Sand King. We went into length about Sand King in the first 2 drafts. I'm sure you guys went into length as well during game 3, but he's taking a lot of damage right now. He's forced to burrow in place just to escape from the Ember and the DP, and well, perhaps this Hoodwink has been left to die. Ember has more move speed. Light chains, the damage. First blood drawn by Kong on the Ember Spirit, and he TPs the lane, so not even that many creeps lost.
That TV was very. I can respect it. That was a bold TP. I mean, it's not even like crazy or anything. It's probably a good play as well, but he did it very. That play only works if you do it instantly. So I respect Kong for doing that. I remember actually he talked about when Hector was like first blowing up and everyone was talking about him. I mean, Kong still loves Hector, but he would talk about how Hector would just like TP to farm even small distances. I think that may have inspired him there.
Not playing Sasquatch. Got a little bit too bold, flew too close to the sun. Sunstrike, I don't think hit, but their kill is the same result. It is 1 kill to the side of Booba Enthusiast.
He's got Red Orb on Invoker now. He's 2-1-2.
Yeah, 2 points. Yeah, that's what you does in this Invoker build. Because it's rare you see first level Pink Orb into no more Pink Orb.
Yeah, I think this is a laning thing. Exort does a lot. It does pretty significantly better against TA compared to Quaswex. So Aaron's kind of banking on the fact that he's got some heroes to stun for him, and then his lane's gonna go a little bit better to be able to make space. Because this is like, I mean, he's got Monkey King as well. So I guess that's a hero that can do stuff even for the for the Exort Invoker, who will probably be less active. It's still greedy though, unless you're BZM or a Stormstormer. I feel like going Exort Invoker is like not optimal.
Those are both European, so they don't exist to me. Non-existent.
I'm a EU Dota enjoyer right now. North America's still the best, but I got respect for some of the up and coming EU teams. I mean, they're not even up and coming anymore, but Gladiators, Entity, those guys do some cool stuff.
The way I feel about a bunch of SEA teams, problem is the teams that I like are not good. Like, there's a team called Army Geniuses in SEA. I'm a huge fan of Army Geniuses, they just can't win anything. They're so fun to watch.
My one of my favorite players of all time, I think, is an SEA player. I learned about him quite a while ago. It's Lil Gun's carry / mid player 423. That guy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Twitch chat loves that guy.
Oh my god, I love that guy too. His pool is so funny. Albino Zebra One called him like called him the slimiest player of all time. He said this is what all the degenerates aspire to be like. That guy, I have a lot of respect for him. If I ever care to learn Broodmother or Lycan, I'm going to watch his replays.
We are seeing a bit of a lull in the side lanes now, broken by a Nightmare on Jakku. It is a Primal Spring in, looking for the Chaos Knight. He will Chaos Bolt the Bane. Perhaps it is a kill. Jingu is up again for KU. Bouncer hits onto, but instead top lane. It's a dive by Kobe to bring down Kong. It will be vengeance on the Hodwing. Back to bottom lane again, though. Primal Spring is in for BMTS again. And Rubik drop. So back to top lane. It was a 1-for-1 trade. Bot lane was a 1-for-0 trade. Across the map, 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Metaverse. Sorry, 2-for-1 in favor of the side of Booba enthusiasts. There we go.
That's pretty rough for Dire. This Vanguard SK is uncontestable
Now
now.
mid lane, they've got Dark under the Radiant side tier 1 tower. He went for a dive on Aaron. But they could not kill through their fraction. You were saying before that about the top lane? Wait,
Yeah, this
bottom lane. It still kills. And then Sand just dies top lane, perhaps.
Oh my god. I was literally about to I was talking about how SK cannot die, but he goes a little bit too deep and then gets chained and suck. Spirit Siphon does a large amount of damage. I was gonna say unreasonable amount of damage. That's kind of true. It did 400 damage to him there. That's kind of an unreasonable amount of damage.
I agree. I mean, 400, that's a lot of damage. One might even
Sasquatch is
say
having a really
excessive
good game.
damage.
I would definitely say excessive amount of damage. Sasquatch's game is really good. He's gonna be level 6, like 7:45 or something, 8 minutes into the game. This is like, you're so happy if you have this kind of a game as Death Prophet, because you can very easily just turn into a core hero.
I've actually managed to miss, I think, 3 kills this game, which is very high for me. I don't miss 3 kills very often, but...
We're talking about the glory of the Southeast Asia region, so it's understandable. Yeah.
Well, I think it's 2 of the kills I missed for the top lane. I was watching bot lane instead of top lane, and I knew top lane something was happening, but I wanted to focus on bottom. That was a mistake. Top lane is probably more interesting. What can you do?
They are like on this TA.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, they're bothering her in her tri-camp. Though, it will be at the expense of their Bane. Sure, they got a bit of experience from leeching the camps, but as a whole, I think Metaverse fine with up.
Dark gets a free kill there. He's on track to be 5k net worth at minute 10 again. This is
73 last hits, already 4.3k net worth. I need to finish the stack before minute 10, but he's at a full minute. He's TA, he's fine.
I mean, this stack will not give him 700 gold. However, it's what's it called? He'll TF farms pretty quickly, so he'll get there eventually. He should move his Wraith Band into his inventory. This is triggering, or his Band Alvin skin.
I'm trying to drag it for him, but it's not working.
Me too.
I'm getting complete on a bug.
They should fix that. Dark should fix
There's
that.
3 neutrals. There's just 3 neutral items in the ground.
He's full slotted. He's just got 2 branches. Sell your Tango, bro. Kill your Tango. I don't care. Use it. One of them.
He's got trees. A lot of trees everywhere you look. I mean, trees, tree right there, trees over here. There's a lot of tree options, but no, he's patient with the tangos. Patience from Dark right now.
I appreciate players who actually take the time to sell their items, because I feel like a lot of like competitive players just leave junk in their backpack for a long time.
Or even worse,
like,
leave
no
the junk
reason.
on the floor.
I mean, it's whatever. I like it. Leaving it on the floor is fine. But I'd rather, like, I think easily the best is you either sell it or you just deny it. Denying it is like reasonable, I guess. But I think like if you sell it, that's optimal. That's what you should be doing. This camp is still blocked. How do I draw? That's how I draw. And they just completely missed it.
Just
It's
out of
actually
range.
crazy that they put that sentry here instead of like slightly more to the side.
They could have put it in the middle as well, and that would have guaranteed to unblock, though. You would have to
Yeah.
deny your own sentry ward in that case.
Yeah, I mean, I think doing like by placing this sentry, you also scout for any wards in kind of this area, and I think if you go slightly more to the right, you still catch all those wards. But you also, I mean, you don't need an extra sentry to get this
Well,
ancient block in.
Kong was ganked in the Dire side jungle. Big kill for Malefic and Kobe. You also saw a smoke from the Dire during that. That's what I was looking at. It's this Dire side smoke, but well, they have not connected on anything quite yet. So it seems like it's Booba Enthusiast winning the exchange there.
Hong is kind of struggling a little bit in the top lane. He got the 1 kill on SK, which was really nice, and he got first blood, but he is... I mean, at the rate that he's farming, he's kind of just going to be relegated to being a slight chains for the TA, which isn't terrible. I mean, that's probably his role in this game, but you don't want that as carry Ember. You try to play to be this like Battle Fury slight machine that does a ton of damage on a 6-second cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, it's never ideal to be that far behind, but I'm sure he'll figure out something at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll probably just like be kind of behind for the entirety of the game, but it's not the biggest. Like his hero is still going to function. It's not going to ruin his game or anything.
Well, we have a smoke from the side of Booba Enthusiasts. They wanted Kong. They found him in the Radiant side, sorry, the Dire side jungle, but he ramped away, far from the Hoodwink and the Sand King. So no kill quite yet. We're back to our middle lane standoff. Both teams have 4 heroes near mid lane. It's just Sand King and Chaos Knight, both offlaners farming elsewhere, which feels kind of backwards, but what can you do?
Yeah, I'm happy that Radiant's doing something. They've been a little bit stagnant. Dire's actually farming more on the map than them right now, so I like the smoke into the triangle. I think they will find a Dark Dota.
They found said Dark Dota, Grip, Epicenter, Sunstrike, a lot of commitment, but commitments well used. The Sharpshooter even used. From long range finishes that kill, and it's time to run. They've gotten away with a robbery if they can escape in this case, and Bane, well, Bane might just be the fall guy. He'll show on the wave. He knows he's chased. He knows he'll probably die here.
He could very reasonably live, but he's dead.
Yeah, Stolen Burrow, into Reality Rift, into Chaos Bolt, into Lift, into Rubik gets the kill. So I'm sure Jakku's not happy with that one, but it's still a 1-for-1 exchange. Though a 1-for-1 exchange that Booba Enthusiasts are very happy with.
Definitely. That was a good play. Slows down Dark a little bit as well. I think that's what Rook was talking about with trying to kill the TA pre-BKB. It's very easy with their heroes. SK is one of the best. Can act as your stun and the refraction break all in one.
Let's see here. Back to farming. We haven't looked at KU too much this game, and find a B Fury. He's not that far from said B Fury, so
That's crazy.
he's in for a farm war. You know, he sees Ember Spirits, buying a Battle Fury. He sees Templar Assassin, big farming heroes. You know what? I want to farm too. So that's a lot of Battle Fury gaming tonight.
Yeah, they got an Invoker. That's pretty much Battle Fury the hero. I'm very surprised that he's buying Battle Fury on Monkey though. I think this build is a little bit dead. People still do it though, actually. Like, I can't remember. I feel like I've seen someone do it recently. However, it's definitely not favored. I think monkeys in general just try to play around their small item timings. Yeah, their BKB timing. The 15 talent's crazy, by the way. The 15 talent just doubles the amount of damage that you get on Jingu. It's extremely strong.
Well, we saw a gank looking for KU, instead finds his support partner Keita in the river by the Roshan pits. They're around Roshan, but they're not actually going into it. Exo's on cooldown. Booba Enthusiasts actually thought they might be rushing, but they chose not to instead.
Aaron has like 2,500 gold just kind of sitting there, collecting dust.
Yeah, I mean it'll be there. Sharpshooter is used mid lane,
Sick
but
lift.
that's a good lift from BMTS. Canceled the knockback from the Sharpshooter. Probably a good kill anyways, but it's not Phantom Pop by Jakku. Exo from Sasquatch. Epicenter Barrow are there on DP. DP thinks Sunstrike and she will die. Sand King remains alive. He's actually been nightmared by the Bane, dodging the Chaos Bolt. And now it's Grip. They're on Ember. Is there a cancel? It's stolen. Stolen Grip. Now used on Monkey King. But still, Kong in the grave, Jakku on the run, BMTS, he stole the grip, but now he needs to run the hell away. Dark has arrived, but with that ice wall, Dire cannot pursue. Overall, it's good. He's gonna have to be better. Something it's off cooldown again. It'll bring down Chaos Knight. Dark is hasted, but his teammates, other than a BMTS with a grip on cooldown, are all dead. The fight will be over, and Booba enthusiasts most certainly win it.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. They still haven't really been able to get Dark into any of these engagements. He does a lot of damage, but he was kind of just waiting for his Deso to arrive because he had just farmed it at the start of that. BMTS dead.
BMTS wanted to use grip again, but alas, not this time. He's dead. Dire are nearby on 3, but Booba enthusiasts, okay, they will lose a Hoodwink who gets sliced, diced, and eviscerated by 2 hits from Dark with that Meld Strike, but
That is, yeah, that's how this kind of goes at this point of the game.
miscoordination from the side of Booba enthusiasts, but the kill should still be, perhaps not. Siphon and Hood are
guy
used by
doesn't die.
Sasquatch. Botched initiation, Nightmare and Burrow at the same time, and it will cost them their Sand King. A rare miscoordination from Booba enthusiasts.
And they're gonna get the mid tower. I mean, okay, it's a lot later than it normally is. It's crazy actually. It's minute 17. I guess there's just a lot of creep hitting, so not that much action. They don't get the tower as early as they normally do, but kill into the mid tier 1. Now they're gonna set up for Roshan because they have TA. By setup, he's gonna press meld and kill it by himself.
Well, Metaverse, they have a bloodthirst that is unmatched. I think they saw the Bane on a Templar Assassin trap, and 4 heroes instantly run to the Tricamp for a Bane. KU finds Bemtis. Rubik will lift away the Monkey King. Aegis goes to Dark after Roshan falls, and that's the sight chains there on Kong. Try to say from Kong onto Keita. And Keita somehow gets away, actually, despite there being a lot
I think
of
the
damage
pole
and
might
stuns.
have saved him. That was crazy. He like barely missed Boundless Strike. That's like super unfortunate and some fucking crazy interaction that you can't communicate for or prepare for. But that's unfortunate. That was like really random and wild.
It felt late to me. Burrow Strike. Sarah. Wow, that's a massive pickoff. They caught Kong outside Roshan Pit on that Radiant side obs, the Burrow and Sunstrike combination. I guess we figured out why Aaron has skilled the red orb. Massive damage.
Yeah, he's been having a pretty quiet game, just kind of throwing Sunstrikes, farming around the mid lane. He does have his axe completed very early on though. It's pretty dangerous to play. The Rubik gets eviscerated, the DP probably dies, and the Ember can definitely get bursted in a Burrow Strike into Cataclysm combo. As well as, like, they just have a ton of heroes that can set it up. I think it was the Monkey King that set up. Or no, it was the SK. The Monkey King was just nearby. But they got Bane, they got Monkey, they got SK. A bunch of heroes to set up the Cataclysm.
Ooh, smoke up for Metaverse. S3, they wanted something. They miss on KU. I believe they know the Hoodwink's in there somewhere, but it's a Hoodwink who has tree pathing, so that's not a fun time to find him.
Yeah, you need some kind of, like, you need a Clockwork or some Shiva Stinker.
Maybe,
Yeah, Bat Rider. You need some real good tree hunter to kill him.
A game 1 throwback and Night Stalker, that would do it.
Yeah, Night Stalker is good. Some Flying Vision.
But there's definitely a lot more demands of Flying Vision than there is supply in Dota. As mid lane, Hoodwink, the pent-up rage has been unleashed. The Hoodwink is dead, but
DD Rune, wow.
be Dark.
Dark said 4 clarities on the courier.
Where's that?
What a beast.
Wait, is it still in the courier? It's still in the courier. Dark.
Yeah.
Your clarities.
He bought he spent the money to buy 4 because they were so important, but they weren't important enough for him to realize that he missed them. He still has these branches. He should sell them or deny them.
Oh, that's a jump with the DD Templar Assassin and the Chaos Knight, demolishing the Bane. Buys back
DD
into the
purged
fight.
by the
Burrow
tornado.
Strike hits on TA, who has 2 lines. Exo popped, Phantasm popped. Epicenter is the exchange, and Dire are taking a bit of damage. but their main heroes remain alive. Wukong's is active, looking for Ember, who goes down in exchange for Sand King. Now Dark and KU demand fight. Kennis is dropping. It will bring down for that's much. His EXO.
Ooh,
It has been
nice.
cancelled by dying. Dark has returned to the fight. He's big and bad, but has no BKB. Jakku blinks in, looking for Aaron. Aaron is just slow but the detection. It's not there. They'll find the Bane. The fight went pretty well actually for Metaverse, but it could have been a hell of a lot better. That's for damn sure.
Yep. I mean, it went really well for them. But, I mean, they probably were hoping to get the Invoker kill. Still, though, this is... Dark's at 14 Deso charges now.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that's a high number. I think it was at 4 before that fight started or something. Or before that, like, whole engagement started.
Wait, does 14 charges mean plus 28 damage or plus 14
No,
damage?
it's plus 14 damage.
Okay, that's not as big though.
No, I think that's false, actually.
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you. I see 14 and Dota's
This is
Dota's
doable.
weird
Okay, so you get
sometimes.
100 damage from Refraction, and then you get 50 damage, so you could just get plus 15.
Okay, we figured it out. You were getting in the mode to do math, and then like
It was very
2 seconds
easy
later,
math,
it's like, oh.
luckily for me. It was just kind of observational skills. There wasn't really a whole lot of math going on.
Yeah, I can see what you mean now. I guess she doesn't have most of it's not plus damage, it's plus agility with the tread, so I can see what
Yeah.
you mean now. Smoke on 5, thank the Lord. We can no longer have to go over Desolator math. We can see a 5-man smoke for Metaverse. It's Jakku leading the way with his Blink and Chaos Bolt. Looking at their vision, they see a Bane. They know a Monkey King is nearby somewhere, but they don't quite know where anymore. Jakku finds Monkey King, but he gets away in time. The game sense. The game actually, I think the ward being dropped gave it away. I think at the edge of his vision, he saw the ward being dropped, and that allowed Monkey King to escape. The little observations in Dota, they're paying huge dividends for KU right now.
Sorry, someone sent me a screenshot. It was pretty wild, but yeah, I mean that was a little bit unfortunate. Honestly, it might be a good thing that they botched that smoke fight because Dark hadn't finished his BKB yet. So if they were able, like, even if they caught a hero, if they took that fight and like kind of jumped a hero that was suboptimal, aka not the Sand King or the Invoker, then that fight could have gone pretty badly. Once Dark finishes his BKB, the barrier of execution for Dire is way lower.
Burrow, Kata, but Jakku's still half HP. Bushwhack will stun the CK, but Exo is in. They want the CK so badly. And at long last, Balance Strike will do it. BMTS now man fighting with KU and will lose that man pick. Might. Now Grip is there on Sasquatch as Kong is on the inside of the fight. But it's currently a 3v3. Sasquatch will pair. It's now 3-for-2 exchange. Triple kill for KU on the Monkey King. It's time for Ember and TA to run. Kong will get Burrow Striked. Is there follow-up? There's enough. The Balance Strike and the right clicks will do it. It ends up being a 4-for-2 exchange in favor of the side of Booba enthusiasts and Metaverse. They maintain the lead with that T1 mid going down. It might just be gone. Maybe not, but it'll be soon.
That's yeah. That 15 talent on Monkey, I'll say. I brought it up earlier. It fucking went crazy that fight. Did you see how much damage the stun did to the Ember at the end?
A lot.
It's extremely strong. It's plus 260 damage, and you get it on all your clones as well, both in the ulti and from the Aghanim Scepter now, thanks to that 731 change.
Now we have an answer, by the way. 585 damage, Balance Strike.
But yeah,
That's a lot.
it's very good talent. Some people still take Shridan's cast range, but I think it is a little bit outdated now. All the like level 30 monkeys, the level 25 monkey spammers, it's like a majority of them take the Jinga Mastery damage.
I'm sure there's
Especially-
some game where you want Tree Dance cast range, but I'm sure like 99% of the games, yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes if you have like this like Echo Male BKB Scotty build, you can take the cast range, but I feel like I see a lot of like Echo BKB Deso, and then they take the 130 Jingu. They take that talent at 15, and it's like they they have 3 items at like minute 35, but they still are a threat for some. Oh,
Yes, the big lift on KU, but can they get the kill? Chaos Bolt, Phantasm, but it's a return with the Burrow Strike, and Effie looking for Jakku, but KU is down. Sure, Kong is low, but they need to finish that kill, and they cannot finish it. Instead, it's Kobe that goes down. They move to Bane, and Bane has used the Brain Sap. That will be his last spell cast. Keita goes down. Now it's Aaron into Malefic on the run. The dust is barely short, so Invoker will get away. But BMTS still
they
wants
have a Monkey
Malefic.
King now.
They've stolen Tree Dance. But
They have a Monkey King.
Sunstrike?
Oh,
Well,
he was going for another Instagram play.
Tower has fallen.
BMTS is
Aaron-
wild.
Aaron was trying to snipe another hero in the trees with Sunstrike.
What can you do? Still though, in Metaverse, I was
Really good
lamenting their rough fight, and then they answer that with a good fight, and they will walk right on into Roshan for the second time this game, and well,
Dark's Clarities. Oh, okay. It's a good thing that Kong 6th Sense gamer dodges that Sunstrike. Also, Dark's Clarities finally came to him. He's got 4 of them chilling in his backpack now.
Sharpshooter. Cat's Watch will tank it, but it will
That
not be a
hood.
kill. Aegis goes to Dark. I believe Shard with the BMTS on the Rubik.
That's crazy. Is he really? Yeah, he's gonna give it back to Dark. Exactly. Yeah. I was surprised. He just bought a shard too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Very good shard.
He wanted the Shard that badly, he just straight up bought it at minute 27.
That's because Dark's has full inventory because he's got 4 clarities in an empty bottle, so someone else had to pick it up on the Roche pit. I don't think it's bad.
It's been the #1 narrative of the game, not the game 3 of the series. Not the plays or the outplays. No, it's Dark's inventory management. That's been the story of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I made fun of him at one point for the branches. I don't think what he's doing right now is terrible. Sometimes you just run out of slots, so that's what your support players are for, right? But I think people just do it in general, so I'm just using this as a opportunity to rant about it.
Using Dark as your springboard to launch your anti-poor item management campaign to the Dota 2 world. I understand it. Sometimes you see an opportunity, you gotta pounce. Dire will attack the Radiant side, bottom tier 2 tower. Radiant, for their part, cut the wave. But, despite the creeps being dead, I think Jakku and Dark still have it in the bag. Yeah, they do. It's dead.
The TA does a lot of damage at this point. He took the meld armor reduction talent at 20, which I'm confident is a mistake, but he does a lot of damage. This meld chunks people. 11 armor.
I mean, yeah, minus 11 from the meld, minus 6 from the death, so that's 17 minus armor.
Dire's top
Yeah.
So perhaps you throw in that reality rift. That's a minus 7 armor as well. That's... I'm not sure if the exact math is what, minus 24 armor, but... Oh, goodbye, Malphite. You died bot lane, but that's gotta be a lot of damage, Amp.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Dark can like disintegrate heroes with Enchanted Quiver plus meld, especially if he gets a crit on that.
And
It's
they have
bad
so much
news.
physical damage, too. I mean, the Exo, the Ember damage, the Sea-Kid, everyone but BMTS is doing physical damage.
Until they get this Scotty on Monkey, the fights are going to be really hard for Radiant, I think. Dark is so strong right now. It's like one of his stronger.
Here we
Secondary
go. Burrow
timing.
is missed on BMTS. Jakku has jumped on in. Rubik has perished, but will there be an exchange? Jakku is on. Jakku barely walks away. The Wukong's command. Far too powerful. And Metaverse flirt with disaster. They will only lose Rubik, though.
That I think they kind of hard disengaged too much. They wanted to just leave as soon as the Monkey ult got popped, but I think that they didn't have to like leave so hard. Look at where Jakku's at right now.
He's gone.
He's just completely out of there. And I think they can still look to fight. They still have a minute 30 on this Aegis. They're just gonna farm the map though.
He nearly
Which is-
died to the Wukong's command, and the Monkey King down was like, you know what? I need items. I'm gonna farm. Screw you guys. I want BKB. And he has it in 12 gold, so perhaps that would be the difference. Bot lane,
Oh,
KU is
this is such
silenced!
a-
The big play from Dark, his teammates. They have read the play as well. They kill KU.
Odd tip 2, such a big deal.
That's 80 seconds dead with no buyback. Actually, the glyph's still on cooldown as well. This could be very huge. I mean, they have a
This is
siege
the kind of
coming in.
fight that Radiant wins somehow, and then at the end of the game, we're like, yeah, this game was back and forth. However, I'm feeling confident in Dire. They've shown good things.
No. Actually, we lose the Aegis to
Oh,
Malefic
no.
and the tower. Sure, the Hoodwink died, but Hoodwink has buyback. That is a valiant sacrifice. Malefic has bought back into the game, so 4v5 defense once again, but now there's no 2 live Aegis on Dark. T3's low. Bane sets up with that Shadow Amulet. Epi. Pump faked. Cancel, but Bane will go down. Epi burrows there on 3 cannons on the floor. Jakku! Sasquatch, they're both dead! Dark has popped his BKB. It's time to run the hell away, and sure, you get the buyback on Malefic, you get the T3 tower. But that high ground siege was not a full success. You lose 2 and the racks are still alive.
Radiant's top
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate that you lose your carry there. However, looking back at it, it's pretty hard for Dire to really get anything massive there. That Burrow Strike Cataclysm is just so much damage, so difficult to deal with right now. They're going to need to kill them some more and get some more items before they take another one of those fights. But speaking of items, this Scotty on Monkey is going to be a really big deal. I mentioned it before, but this is going to be when Radiant is strongest. That's how that is their way of dealing with the TA.
That'll be his 4th item when he gets it, and he's still a solid 3k or so gold away from it, but he farms pretty fast, both the player and the hero, so eventually he'll have it.
I mean, yeah, his item build is like maximum greed pretty much with the Battle Fury Ags, so he farms quite quickly.
We saw a bit of a duel between supports, BMTS and Malefic. Luckily for both supports, the bigger cores did not arrive, but, well, Counter-Strike Sharpshooter will find BMTS. He stole, I believe, Bushwhack, but Bushwhack has been relieved from his corpse now that he's dead.
dire structures are fortified.
Yeah,
Radiant
that's unfortunate. Sometimes you get caught by a monkey. Although the death is kind of a big deal because now Radiant get to stay on this map. I think Dire is supposed to be stronger right now, even without the Aegis.
And they might get one more. It's a Shiva's slow on Sasquatch. The stuns were stacked, but it appears not to matter. Sasquatch's in the 1v4. He's on the run, but never mind. He's actually alive. Chaos Bolt will force out a BKB from KU. Dark has arrived. Now, it's KU man fighting with Jakku. Jakku chooses to disengage. He will back off in time. Kong has joined the fight as well. They see the Bane. They see Monkey who has a BKB. He's stunned by Chaos Bolt. Can they kill him? But no! Epi, Cataclysm, Burrow, Jakku, Dark, Kong, all 3 cores dead! Sasquatch somehow remains alive. He's gripped. He'll kill the Bane. But his life, it is numbered in the seconds, perhaps. Radiant pursue him. KU wants the kill. He springs in. Battleswag hits on with the Burrow to follow as well. BMTS drops. So somehow, someway, Sasquatch goes down, but his entire team, all 4 teammates died there. So for Booba enthusiasts, that is an unbelievably crucial win.
Yeah, that was the refresher reveal. These team fights are like impossible for Dire now, straight up. Taking 5v5s is just like impossible. This game's so good for Radiant now. The Roche is gonna start respawning pretty soon, and I mean, even sooner than that, the TA doesn't have buybacks, so this is going to be at least 1 set of racks. This game got blown wide open.
It's one of those things where it's unbelievable how one fight can turn the game. It was 10k, 11k lead for Metaverse Esports literally 2 minutes ago, and now, a mere 2 minutes later, the lead is 0. The top racks are dead in this game. What is the graph? The graph is not happy with Metaverse Esports. Before that fight, before the fight bottom lane, 70% chance to win. Now, down to 18. That is an unbelievable swing.
It spikes so hard.
Gaben, not happy with Metaverse. He gave Dark the rune luck. They have not delivered.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Dark needs like a refresher or something to refresh his BKB because the Sand King can just wait for Dark to BKB, and once it runs out, he's just completely toast to Burrow Strikes, Sandstorm. I mean, just Burrow Strike double Cataclysm, and then before they hit, he starts the Sandstorm, and Sandstorm breaks all the charges.
Look at Booba enthusiasts. They're sitting as 5 in a sort of oddly shaped pentagon. Just they're waiting. In the shallow end of the dire side jungle, they have no need to split up. They know that Metaverse might feel a little bit desperate. Metaverse, for their part, have smoked as 5. Good fight, bad fight, we'll find out quite soon. They're going through the mid lane. Perhaps to the bottom lane of the Radiant Tricamp. They choose bottom lane. Rax are exposed. The equilibrium on the wave is coming in. Dark looks at the wave.
Oh, they know. Oh, it's because they placed the ward. That's... BMTS is trying really hard to steal a spell right now.
He is really far in front, but they don't get anything. They move, I suppose. They move from their own Tricamp
Tower is under attack.
to the enemy jungle, but that is not what you want with the smoke. I don't think any wards were placed at all either, so that's an unsuccessful jaunt from Metaverse Esports.
Yeah, that's I mean they got their map back a little bit. They got traps all around this Radiant jungle. Same problem kind of stands though. How are they supposed to take these upcoming fights? And if they choose not to take the fights, which I think might be the correct option, what do they do instead? How do they continue to pressure Radiant without ever threatening to take 5v5s against them?
Wait a minute, did KU not have Scotty during the last fight?
He got it sent out as he was hitting the top lane of Rax.
So you mentioned the importance of the Scotty, and they took these fights and they won them without the Scotty. That does not bode well for Metaverse.
Yeah, the monkey is like... A monkey is his most important impact in these fights so far has honestly been the stun. And also he's good at tanking damage with BKB Wukong's command. The majority of the...
Bushwhack, sharpshooter on Jakku, the burrow, the sunstrike, but a BKB from Jakku. To the south side is Sasquatch.
It's a big deal. If SK dies, this is really big deal.
Sand King goes down, but Jakku. He just blinks in. They stole the sharpshooter. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure Radiant's fine still.
So Sand
This is
King went for the
first,
big play, got punished.
KU might be able to 1v5 with his ult. 2v5 is probably more reasonable with Aaron behind him though.
KU has the vision to an extent. Roshan is low. BKB from Dark. Balance Strike. Wukong's command, but it's already Aegis in the hands of Dark. Kong grabs the chi. Aghanim's on the floor. Who will grab the eggs? It's just there still. Sasquatch. He wanted it.
Oh, no.
He did not get it. The third
That's so
Roshan goes
sad.
down, but it's only
MTS
2 of
realized.
the items for Metaverse.
They lost 6k gold. They gave 6k gold to Radiant.
Not good.
Oh my god, that's a free Ags for Bane. I really hope they give it to the Bane. Or they might give it, okay, actually, they might give it to the Hoodwink, because his build is insane. His build is crazy. He's trying to carry he was actually, he built to get this Aghanim Scepter.
I don't think of the Sand King. That'd be a cool Ag Sand King.
Sand King is...
A big burrow.
The burrow is really big. Unfortunately, all the other 4 Aghanim Scepters on his team are incredibly strong.
We're just watching. It's this Ags. It's just in the backpack of KU. He wants to give it out his own discretion apparently.
He's gonna give it to the Hoodwink, but yeah, I don't know. He just like hasn't gone back to base yet. I really think he should give this to the Bane, but I kind of think he will not give it to the Bane.
Sharpshooter hits on Sasquatch. His Exo is active.
Nice, he gave it to
Still
Bane.
alive. Jakku blinks in, finds Sand King. Sand King is dead
my god.
with no buyback, and BMTS has a stolen burrow. That's bad. But it's good for Metaverse. Wukong's popping burrows. They're on to Invoker, and Bane is their kills. They want the Invoker. He's dead. He's fought back immediately, but Keita also is dead with no buyback. KU desperately tries to fight. He returns to his Wukong ring. Cataclysm on the floor, but it kills nobody. BM hits burrows again for the Invoker. Invoker is caught, has no buyback. Can they kill him? No! Another Cataclysm is used. It zones away the side of Metaverse. Dark watch the man fight, finds no kills. They return to the barracks. The melee's bottom shattered. After an unbelievably chaotic fight, Metaverse walk away, forced out some key buybacks. They got a full set of barracks in the bottom lane.
They're gonna keep going as well. BMT has bought back. Looks like they're okay. They're actually not gonna continue. I don't know what I'm saying, but the fact that they keep getting these the SK at the start of the fight is huge. The Radiant really struggles to fight without Sad Gang because this hero is just so phenomenal at setting up his team, and so the fact that he's getting picked off before these fights is an incredible detriment to Radiant. Honestly, I still think that Radiant is favored in these fights, even though the last two have gone badly for them. It's just this guy has to. I don't know why I said that was kind of disrespectful, but Dyer's doing a really good job of going on him first, and so he needs to make sure that he doesn't die either, like stand super far back or go smoked. But Dyer's just doing a really nice job targeting him first.
You've silenced KU, Epi, the Burrow, on Jakku, that's one tanky CK. Dyer collapse on in, wants to drop, but Kobe is dead again. Aaron dropped, it's a dieback and Invoker, grips on Dark, but Dark still has one more life. Jakku will drop as well, but KU has a big bad Dark to deal with once again. Kong blinks on in for the Bane. Grip will be stolen and used on Monkey King. Can they kill this man? He's so low on MK. MK remains alive though. He brings down Kong as well. Now the buyback Sand King Shiva's burrows there on two heroes. Sasquatch is just so low. The EXO active. KU buys back, brings down DP. Now Dark has a DD, but it's in a 1v4. The Bushwhack, the right clicks, the burrow, the kill again on Templar Assassin. It cost them every buyback in the world, but they won the team fight. Booba enthusiasts.
Okay, they got the TA there at the end. That was a big deal. Great. I mean, Dyer won that fight even without SK dying like that. So I guess I don't even know who wins these fights anymore. But, yeah. Okay. Dyer's a little bit light on buybacks right now though, so it's a little bit suspicious. They're gonna have to buy back on both of their cores, most likely, to stop themselves from just getting thrown straight up.
Maybe they're waiting for Jakku to spawn, so at least there's a threat of kill. PK plus buybacks. Glyph comes out.
Yes, that's definitely what they're thinking.
It's a good glyph actually. Kills the mid wave almost. KU has creeps in the base still. Jakku is bought back. He's respawned, he's smoked, he finds KU. In come the buybacks from Ember and TA. Grip is there again on Dark, but KU is down with no buyback. Truptor hits on Jakku, but Kong is in, bringing down Keita. They move to Kobe. Kobe is dead. That's 3 kills. And the 2 cores that died have no buyback. And now we run up the lane again, up the mid lane, but in the other direction. It will be a 3v5 defense. Malefic, Keita, and Aaron need to defend for 100 seconds. It is an unbelievable long shot, but if anything happened in this game, it might be a miracle right now. T2 mid stands in the way. That T2 will be paper. All its minus armor. T2 goes down in the cores of Metaverse. They want to pounce. They know Booba enthusiasts are injured. They're bleeding. They smell the blood in the water. Dark hits the T3 tower. His teammates join him. The T3 goes down. They move to the barracks. Melees, range racks, both are not long for life. Malefic attempts to delay, but does not do much other than one acorn shot. Melerak's dead. Range rack's dead. The Exo is popped, and the cores are dead for 55 seconds. This is one hard defense. Kong zones away the Radiance. They flip the Bane. The crit brings down Keita. Now 2v5. The defense, it's even harder. Sasquatch, Dark, Kong, they're all hitting. Jakku is in. That doesn't pop. Malefic will eventually die. Aaron is zoned to the fountain. Brought outside. He's dead. It's a dieback. It's a full 5-man wipe in Metaverse. We'll be moving on to the top 4. And Booba enthusiasts
Holy
have
shit.
fallen at 5th.
I mean, I can't believe that they won that game. And then this was I don't even know what kind of shade Dark's trying to throw there, but they played really well. I honestly kind of expect them to get worked, especially after game one. I'm very impressed. They took it in the end.
How?
Go for it. There's some fucking clowns on Dire.
But apparently, we are in the circus, and you want to know who's a pro in the circus? The clowns. The clowns are in their natural element. It's 1 a.m. Dota, and the clowns come out on. That's unbelievable. The way the series transpired.
Look at the graph towards the end. It's just all over the place.
Oh my! The Graph's having a heart attack. Look at that.
Yeah, okay, so it starts Dire's favor after draft, and then it goes Radiant's favor for a long time, and then it goes Dire's favor for a little bit, then Radiant's and then Dire's for like a tiny bit, then back Radiant, and then finally it ends in Dire. Okay, who are we getting for the interview?
It's the same person I ask every time. I like talking to
Sasquatch?
him. It's Sasquatch.
I see. Okay.
The same person I literally ask every time. He's always a fun interview. He might drag in a teammate. You never know. I've already added him to this DM. I'm gonna message him on Steam. Wait, no Steam. I have a message from Game 2 I'm gonna ask him about. He messaged me at 11:49 p.m. EST, and when he picks up this call, I'm gonna ask him to elaborate on that comment. I'm gonna screenshot it. Oh, hello, Sasquatch. Congratulations. Welcome.
What up?
You're back. Welcome back.
I'm back. Welcome back. Indeed. What's up?
So I want to start from the beginning of the series. Let's start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Game
tell us
1
about-
did not go well. You lost in, I believe, 27 minutes.
Yep.
Bit of a disaster.
A little bit.
What happened there?
I mean, I think we were playing pretty well, but our draft was really bad. And then, we never, we caught the Tiny once, and that was like maybe a game changer moment. But unfortunately, he was playing Tiny, so like he just shrugged it off and walked away. Even though like 4 of our heroes ganked him, like him walking high ground, like any other carry probably dies there. But I think our draft was just low on damage against Tiny, and so it was just really hard to win, even if we're like outplaying them on the map. Which to me it felt like we were. I don't know what the gold was looking like, but Tiny's farming, but like we were, killing them or defending their aggression pretty well. But yeah, Tiny was just kind of unanswered that game. I think our last pick we didn't really have a good last pick for Dark. I think our mistake was not picking mid in the second phase with Lycan. Instead, we went Lycan plus Earth Spirit. And yeah, I think that kind of wonked our draft.
Game 1, you get absolutely beat down, demolished in 27 minutes. But Game 2, the fireworks begin. Your team is warmed up. Bit of a chaotic game. I have a quote I'm going to read.
It's true.
I want to hear your response to this.
Where's George?
What's up?
What up, George?
No, I said that when you guys lost game 1, I was like, yeah, they needed a warm up game, and he was calling that he was saying Logical saying some stupid shit, but you guys won.
I have a choice.
Actually, some of our players warmed up for this series, which
I'm aware. Yeah, they pushed back the start time.
We never. Well, no, that was them. That wasn't us. You mean the 9:30? That was. Oh, you mean because they were in the game? Yeah, they were. In the game. Yeah. BMTS was like playing techies and Dark was playing Storm.
Storm on a Smurf account, and he couldn't end the game. That's crazy.
They couldn't end the game.
I was watching the game actually. Yeah. It was pretty.
Yeah.
And I quote Sasquatch, 11:49 p.m. EST. BMTS be ready to lift me out in all cap. Greater than symbol waits until 100 HP. Please elaborate.
Well, I don't know. Just I'm baiting on Phoenix. There's like probably 2 times where it happened. I mean, the second time I think he used lift on Jakku, which whatever. But like basically that was definitely our combo of throwing me away when the Night Stalker tries to like all in my hero. And that was, there was that Giga turn top where, let me add BMTS to the call. I think he wants to join anyway.
Go for it.
But he obviously had that clutch lift, which I hope you guys caught on cam.
Hopefully we did. It's been a lot of action though, so it's hard to tell exactly.
It was like when Razor and like NS found me and they like almost all in me, and then BMTS lifted me away and I ulted, and then like Storm zipped in, and yeah, we just killed them both. So I'd say that was probably one of the game turners. in that second game.
You're
Yeah,
now being
yes.
joined by BMTS. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Very fun series. All our last couple series have been very exciting. A lot of
Agreed.
stuff going on.
But I want to go down to game number 3 because game number 3 was unbelievable. That was a real back and forth game where it felt like you guys had it in the bag and then threw it, then had it in the bag and then threw, and then you killed their throne. So I just, what's going through the comms at this point? What's going through the team vibes in that unbelievable game 3?
Well, I don't know from like Sasquatch's perspective, but it's a lot of it's a lot of aping from us, and then we have to like restrain that aping when we're throwing, and that's just like, it's a lot of like just trying to rein ourselves in and not go too crazy.
I would say in this series we were more tactical than normal though, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I think
it wasn't-
especially that game two were very. I feel like we played that pretty well. That was mostly like you calling like the movements, so it's really good.
Yeah, I think. I mean, even like I don't know, even some of the stuff like game 3 when we were getting raxed mid at the end of the game there, like we were playing pretty tactically, and like
Mhm.
Dark made a really good call on the buys, and like
Yeah.
we could all in the monkey because he had no ult.
Yeah, and there was like a period where we were just kind of like taking fights wrong. We just had to like reset and be like, well, we got to go on like
Oh,
Sanking
you
and
mean
Invoker
trying to
first
fight
or whatever.
trying to fight in the ring at all? Like,
Yeah, it was just like making bad decisions. We're like, okay, we need to take these fights differently, and we kind of like made that adjustment mid game. That's
there was also some fight where I thought we were gonna win, and then like everyone got cataclysmed. There was like a few fights. Dude, I was like, in that last game. I was definitely the Chad in that last game. I was like running in. I was just like literally running into their fucking squad. I don't know if you guys got that vibe on the cast, but
Bro,
like,
I remember game 3, minute 10. I'm like, Tome comes in stock. I'm level 4. I'm like, is Sasquatch gonna be mad at me if I buy the Tome? I click on him, and my position 5 DP is level 7. I'm like, okay, interesting. So
You had a good game. You had like a 15-minute hood or something.
yeah. And I think I actually got accelerated because they did that dive top on Kong, where they killed him, but then like I got like a lot of solo XP and I got the kill on the hoodwink. I was just like kind of set at that point.
my God,
Just had a
this
nice
graph
chill
is
DP
crazy.
game.
It's
SK
insane
died with the
graph.
Vanguard after us, so I think that was a really big deal when he was cutting the wave.
Yeah, that was really bad. I was like shocked that he tried to cut wave. Like, yeah, if it's a normal carry, you can do that, but he's playing as like an Ember Spirit with chains, and DP Siphon is obviously OP. It doesn't matter if you have a Vanguard.
I don't know, who are like, was that team like one of the better like teams like that are left? So like what favorited or?
Yeah,
No, they were lower
lost.
bracket, but
They lost one game the entire tournament until they lost Upper Division 2-0 to the Funny Zone, and then they lost this series. Is also they've lost like 5 games the entire tournament.
okay. Is the Funny Zone like is that like the best team or what?
Play.
That's
Maybe.
up for Badger to decide.
I mean, we'll find out in terms of who wins winners and losers finals, I suppose, because
Sure.
I did not expect either of these teams to make it
Wait,
as far as
the
it
Sonic
is.
Gun message, Badger.
Hmm?
The Sonic Gun message after game 1.
Oh, what does Sonic got to say?
He pinged. Remember? He pinged KU and he said, "When are you guys available?"
Oh, you're right. He did. I remember that now. That's well. It turns out they're gonna need to contact a different team because they have
He edited his message.
Oh, you can't edit that. You can't edit that. You could not edit that message.
So I just want to say that like this series, we all actually like normally we're just having fun, like we're just playing some series, but actually really wanted to win this series because we're very excited to play Hull City and Salamello, and in our upcoming match. It's
That'll
a
be
match we're looking
this
forward
upcoming
to.
week. So it should be a really fun time. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I hope we're casting it. So yeah,
I hope you guys are too.
thanks.
Oh yeah, we're casting it.
Wait, who are we playing next?
We're
Hull
playing
City.
Hull City. Sonic God, Filski, Chelamel, Nephilim.
You know, like Dark was like so motivated to win the series, literally just so he could play Hull City. Like he was just like, guys, we need to win so we can play Hull City. Like that was the follow up. It wasn't like so we can win the league. It's like no, so we can play
No.
Hull City.
think we might even forfeit after beating Hull City next series. Who knows? Let's see.
Please don't forfeit in top three. I swear to God. I will be throwing things at walls if you are forfeiting a top three
we
series.
won't do that. We won't do that. No.
Wait, are we top 3?
No, but if you win the next series,
If
you
we
will
beat
be.
Hull City, we're top 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're top 4 right now.
So we're basically top 3. You know, might as well be.
We'll see, man. Hull City, you know, he can. He's going to be mid against
Bro,
Dark. That's the
I-
best
I'm-
part.
I'm pretty sure I have like a 98% win rate against Hull City, at least, like in terms of lifetime games against him, something like that. It's gotta be.
I lost to him 2 seasons ago. My team was very bad, and then we did okay towards the end of the group stage, and then we made a lower bracket run, and then we lost to Hull City. So I'll be cheering for you guys.
Okay, nice.
Thank
Out
you,
of
Doc.
anti-Hull City vibes here from the call, apparently, but we're going to.
No, I don't know. I love that guy. I'm just kidding, man. That guy's great. I love that man.
It is
Really?
really.
No. Okay.
It is 1:10 in the evening. It has
It
gotten
is,
quite
holy
late,
shit.
so we are going to wrap it up. We'll ask Logical. You got any more questions for our guest, sir?
Will you guys play? Okay, so I coped for you guys game 1, and I said you guys needed a warm up game to get going. You know, to get the Dota juices flowing.
That's true. That's true.
But will you guys play more Dota leading up to the whole city series?
There's no shot. There's just
There's
absolutely
no shot. Okay,
No,
okay.
it's like really not happening. Maybe, but I just don't. I don't think so. Especially
fine.
considering it's probably gonna be soon. Like the series might be Wednesday, honestly. So, who knows?
I've been playing a bit more, but yeah, I think we'll just cruise in.
Respect.
All right.
That's
Let's wrap it up this time. We'll start with BMTS. Thanks for coming on for the interview, BMTS. Congrats on the series win. Any final words, call outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Legends?
Shout out to all the tier 4 players out there. You know,
Alas, I didn't
representing.
qualify. I was a tier 5 player. What can you do? But thank you for joining us, Sasquatch. Congratulations. Any final words, call outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Legends?
It was a nice win just because that the KU stack's always been like touting over my head that they've got a good win rate against my like normal stacks.
oh
Ever since they played against like ET5 when I wasn't there that one time, and then I think we had they beat us in another series. I can't remember what.
they owned you guys in group stage. Those games are not
Oh,
close.
in this season, yeah, in this
Yeah.
season. But I was thinking of like previous seasons.
Mm.
This season, like we got like
We
if
got
you
demolished by them. Like honestly.
yeah, well,
like,
they did this like tied DP thing, and then we just
Yeah.
we agreed to not let them have either of those heroes this series. And I think the meta of like banning Tide and them not banning DP and just letting us get DP was, I think they got kind of stumbled upon there. Like first game, their draft was solid, but then I think they didn't really know how to react to like the leaving DP first picking it kind of.
Yeah, I was surprised at them giving us first pick, like the third game. But
Yeah, I think they just wanted comfort, and but they went into reserve time on their band, so they didn't really know what they were
so,
doing. It seems
yeah.
I was a little flustered.
I like their. I forgot what their second band. Oh, game 3. Their second band was Storm. I like that adaptation because they left Sand King
Yeah.
in, so you guys had to
Yeah,
pick one.
yeah,
I thought you guys were gonna pick Sand King, honestly, but
We were talking about it, but
yeah.
we just weren't like they hadn't picked tanking that much, or like I don't know. We'd rather just like have them be on a non-comfort hero, and we can play DP just fine, I guess. So it's like it's
Mhm.
chill.
Yeah, that was the first time I played at 5, but it seems pretty busted if you just have like your ult and your silence.
You played some fun heroes this series, Sasquatch, actually.
Yeah,
Thanks,
DP Pugna.
Pugna.
You gave up on Pugna after game 1.
We were still talking about it, but
Yeah.
the DP became the higher priority because we weren't letting them get DP, and if we're banning Tide and IO and taking DP, then like Pugna feels weird at that point. But
Yeah.
it was still like in our head.
I thought you guys were gonna take it game 3, but I guess you had DP already, so that makes sense.
We're considering a last
We
pick
talked
like
about it.
Phoenix also
Also,
instead of
yeah,
like
also
the
the-
TA.
We weren't sure about TA, but Dark wanted
Really
it.
good pick.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, Logical. Thanks for casting again. Do you have any final words, call outs, shouts to say to the people?
Oh, no, good series. Always happy to cast these games, especially when it's later into this season. Friends are playing. Always a pleasure, Badger.
Yeah, we are done for tonight, though. Got started late, ended even later. We back, I'm sure, for the losers semis. Before that, though, there'll be winners finals, I believe. Yeah, there will be winners finals this Sunday, casted by Killer Karate. Bing Chilling taking on Headbunk. Winner goes to grand finals. Loser, of course, will play the winner of Polaras versus Metaverse, which will be in the upcoming week, between this upcoming Tuesday and the Monday, 7 days from now. My name is Badger. If you enjoyed my cast, want me and Monty will cast your pro tournaments, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or Discord, Badger5713.
Go hit the follow button also, guys. What
Hit
are
the
you
follow
doing?
button, I suppose, if you want to do that. Helps the metrics, I suppose. But thank you for watching. Thanks to Nephilim for the sub today, and as always, have a great night.